Speaking
the
of
cookie.
cookies,
Oh,
Hey,
hey, Em.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Em.
What?
Is
Yeah.
this the wrong scene?
this is totally the wrong scene.
Yes, it is the wrong scene.
Anyway,
we're
like I
missing
said,
something.
welcome back to Awooters DnD. As you can see, nothing has changed. We are the
There we
same level
go.
of quality as we have always been.
Oh, hello.
Random black bar.
This week we're returning to the main campaign for Awooters Does D&D. You know, the one that causes trauma. You're welcome. We're gonna go through and reintroduce ourselves since it's been a minute. We'll start with I think Hamhawk is busy.
I'm here.
So we'll start with Hamhawk. Hamhawk, can you tell everybody who you are and where they can find you on the interwebs?
Hi, I am a little _ Foxy, or just Foxy. I can't just do Foxy on Twitch. It's taken, I think. I haven't checked. But you can find me on Twitch sometimes. If the moon and stars align, I can stream. Otherwise, you can find me on the Discord, where I have a lot of interests, and I will talk about them to your detriment.
Constantly.
All the time.
It's a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Per month.
Next to him, we have the amazing and wonderful Misfit Orzana.
How,
Yes, you.
me?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, where can people find you, Zana?
nowhere. I don't have my
Looking-
computer.
Looking right at you.
If you
But-
did have your computer, where could people find you?
Twitch.tv, Ms_5th. I just got Blue Sky, and it's, Misfit. No underscores.
It's all blue skies from here.
Yay.
We have our amazing and definitely not burned retinas, Vladinsky, over here. Vladinsky, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me lurking, just
Oh,
known
you
as
cut- you-
Best Mod NA. Oh,
Cutting off
Oh,
a
it
bit.
cut that. It cut out everything except for Best Mod NA, which is arguably the most important
Yeah.
fact.
Yes.
well, you can find me lurking in just about everyone's stream here in the Awooters stream team. I am known as Best Mod NA. I do my job so that they don't have to.
That is so accurate.
it really is, though.
Something could be
Wait.
painfully accurate, it'd be that.
Yeah.
We then have a resident person who also doesn't work too much, M. Redfeather.
What? What do you mean?
They cut out your what? Because that's how much of a lie it would be.
Where can people find you on the internet?
People can find me at twitch.tv/emredfeather. And I've been playing. I've gotten out of my Baldur's Gate only, like stint. I'm starting to actually start playing like Dead by Daylight and stuff again. Which I'm super excited for our next Whittle Guys Wednesday, because we're gonna be playing a brand new spoopy game that I'm super pumped about. That we're
Nice.
really not
Spooky.
drag Foxy and Husky into. But
Fun.
other than that, I'm usually chilling around the Discord. I technically have other social medias that I totally post to, but we're just not going to talk about that right now. That's it.
And then we have local legend, local ally to the
Can it
entire
be?
team, Yagoki Wolf. Yagoki, where can people find you?
Twitch.tv/Yogi Wolf. I DJ every now and again. I do random games. Variety. Usually at the moment it's Baldur's Gate and 14. And we're doing a little small guy Saturday with Miss over here tomorrow. Doing the new Alliance raid for 14. And I posted. I posted today on TikTok actually. And yeah, Instagram and Booski and Twitter. There we go. Yeah, almost said X.
As the lead, the owner of the team, I can say this with almost 100% certainty. Yugoki posts the most out of any of us on TikTok. None of us are sorry, but I'm letting you know that if you want content on TikTok from somebody on the team, you should probably go there.
Line reacts and my brain just frying most of the time is what it is.
But speaking of people on TikTok who are weirdly popular, if you don't want regular content but do want to listen to somebody talk about plants for an absurd amount of time, you can talk to our next guest, our first guest on the Awooters Does D&D channel for the actual main campaign, Squizzle119.
Hi. I have more time now because I quit my job. But I don't actually have more
Yay,
time yet.
fun.
Thank you.
Because
Thank
you're
you.
still
Thank you.
working.
Because I'm still working because I put my 2 weeks in and I am going to work out those 2 weeks.
Yes.
Definitely
Where
not
can people
dragged into
find you
overtime.
not overworking on the internet?
Haha.
Nowhere.
I
Mythic News
stream.
doesn't exist.
Sometimes I stream. It's Squizzle119 at twitch.tv. I think I did that right. Something like that.
Twitch.tv/Squizzle119.
Yeah, the other way around. Flip it. Reverse it.
Reverse.
Back it up.
Back up. Reverse. Also, I sometimes post things on the TikTok. That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
On the TikTok. They're generally yard or plant related.
You know what's really shameful about me, like, spoon feeding you these answers? She technically has been streaming since before the team was even a thing.
Yeah,
And
I've actually
not
been
once-
streaming a very long time.
Not once has she ever gotten her intro correct.
No. Ever
It's
since
nice.
the very beginning, if I wanted to stream, I'd usually message Atlas at random intervals throughout the day and be like, how do put on Twitter? How do put on Twitter? Yes?
How do put
Squiz,
on
youngest
Twitter is
grandma.
very accurate.
Youngest grandma ever.
Anyway, it's been a minute, but let me give you a quick refresh on where we're at. We are currently, we've left the town of Rock after our friend has mysteriously gone missing, possibly kidnapped. Who knows? Along the way here, nothing tragic or dramatic or completely emotional has happened at all. Oh, except for everything that's happened to Suo and partially to Buns. Suo has been having some reoccurring dreams and visions and lots of feelings about a very unhealthy tree. And it has led them in the direction of the town of Trey. Upon reaching Trey, the closer they got to the actual town, the more they noticed that the surrounding nature of the town is just dying, essentially wilting away. Upon
But
getting...
doesn't look that.
No, it doesn't look like it's dead, but it very much feels dead. Upon reaching the town and getting to the center of the town, you see a rather sickly tree. It looks like it's not doing okay, but Suo can tell immediately that this tree is dying currently. And as she reached out to touch the tree, we left off with a mysterious man behind them introducing himself as the mayor.
Well, some of the rest of us were questioning townsfolk.
Yeah. And that's where we'll pick up.
I don't remember what I was doing, so I'm following Suho now.
I was likely following Sumo.
That's your QM.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I was doing.
So you were at the tree. You reached
Right.
out.
I know
touched
I
the
originally
tree,
was
yeah.
when I did that and confirmed that was the tree. I know my original plan was going to turn and go find the house to try to find the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then we turn around.
And Mr. Mans is there.
Yes, the mayor.
How did she do this, though?
Looking, by the way, just a brief description. Looking at the mayor, he's looks to be about 30 or 40. He's a human male. His hair is like a dirty blonde, cut real short. He's wearing a weirdly stereotypical like suit that you would expect like somebody of like somebody political to wear. So except this is a small town, so it's dusty and a little it's his like jacket's unbuttoned and he's very much casual business attire.
So I feel like Suo would definitely turn around with an expression on her face that could only be described as like pure rage at the fact that she knows that everything, like the nature around here is dying, and even though she can't really actually see it, and you know, because she like feels it in her bones and she's seen it in her dream and all of that, right? What did he say? Did he just like basically introduce himself to us, or
Yeah. When you turned around, he just said, "Hello, I'm the mayor." And he'd just be standing there. He has a pretty welcoming smile on his face.
honestly, Suo would probably be like, she'd probably turn around, kind of like start a little bit, like kind of jump a little bit because she wasn't expecting him to be standing right there, and then just kind of like walk for, because is he basically standing in between her and the direction she would want to go?
Yeah, well, he was just behind her when you were by the tree, so when you turned around he was there. You would have to like, I mean, you could walk around him,
Okay.
but he's not like actually blocking your path. He's just directly
Okay.
at this point, he's directly in front of you.
So she's gonna be like, "Hi."
Hello, what brings you to our town?
Well, because she would... Sorry, let me rephrase this. She would say hi in like a, whatever, get out of my way kind of like tone,
Oh.
and then breeze past him. Like power walking.
He looks at you very shocked as you kind of, oh god, Krona, as you kind of walk away, and he looks at the friends that were near you, and he's like, did I say something?
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe.
Okay. Is she looking for some, or is she just? Was there like a reason? I'm confused as to where she's going.
And I'm just following,
matter?
retracing my steps from the dream.
She had a dream. This place was in her dream. So we're here now. Okay, bye. And Buns goes and follows her.
Did I tell them that?
You did.
You told them, so you didn't specify what the dream was about, but you did tell them that you had a very troubling dream and that you needed to go here.
That's the whole reason that we made this stop as opposed to going directly to our location.
Yeah.
Okay. I just couldn't remember exactly how I worded it.
He kind of watches as you walk away. Hamhock, are you also following them?
I want to vibe check how he's responded to them so far, just get a general feel of the guy.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Vibe check.
Yeah, I feel like Sua would be very singularly focused right now.
You got a 5 on your vibe?
Yep.
I mean, he seems like a pretty honest man. Like, he doesn't seem like he's trying to go out of his way to harm anybody or anything. He seems pretty... If you had to put a label on this man is very average.
I didn't see that roll, but yeah.
So I haven't said anything. I'm just kind of eyeing this guy up and down.
Can I help you? Small one.
You said that you're the mayor of this town.
That would be correct. I am in fact the mayor.
Hmm. Then why do you carry the vibe of it? Undercooked steak.
Holy crap!
Haven't exactly received that
Can that man get
compliment
should
before.
that man get some
Don't
business
worry,
memory
most
again?
steaks are undercooked. This just means you're
Yeah.
kind of average.
You know what? I'll take kind of average. I'll take it. Thanks. I guess I appreciate. It's not the worst thing I've ever been called.
I'm sure. Yeah, but we're not sure. We're just following her around at the moment. We're just getting into town.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, my house is straight down this walkway, and he kind of points down the walkway. So from the entrance to the town straight back there's a nice looking house at the end of the road.
Okay. I'll just sort of continue.
Well, since I've got you, what has been happening around this area? Been running into any problems with the locals, domestic or adjacent?
No, the townspeople are great. Everything's about as good as it is.
I wouldn't have to worry about anything if I wanted to move into the area.
Oh, we currently don't have any open spaces for people to move in. So sorry.
Well, I mean, I saw a lot of lumber on the outside of town. Seems good for building, unless there's some other problem.
It's great to visit right now, but maybe not the best to live in.
Mace would come up at this point. That's not what he was asking.
The answer stays the same. You could build a house, but it's not the best to live in.
He's more asking any issues, wildlife, forestry, greenery, anything coming up a little more dead seeming.
He kind of looks around and he's like, I can't say, but I have some paperwork that I need to get done. I'll see you around. And he just kind of starts to walk towards his house.
As he walks away, I want a vibe check.
I want to redo the vibe check after he's been undergoing some weird questioning.
So you both can do an individual vibe check, or you can help the other.
What's your mod?
Let's see.
I get +2.
I have +3.
Okay, so I'll just offer you the help. So I was interrogating him as you walked up.
So then you will roll with advantage on your vibe check.
12.
Okay.
That was a perception check, darling.
It's
It's
Oh, did
insight.
you?
Yeah, I rolled the wrong one. My insight's +1, so take it. Take the advantage.
what?
Hawk.
What?
My
you're not-
mod
The
on
actual
insight
mod's
is
only +1. You were checking your. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's 12.
Well, he's saying that his
my
mod
mod
is only
on
+1, not
insight
+3.
is
Oh,
yeah,
so you're wanting Ham to roll. Okay.
yes, yeah.
Okay, then you can roll. That would be a nat 20.
Hey.
For a total of
22, I believe.
okay.
Yeah. You can, with a nat 20, that man was very suspicious. He seemed very uncomfortable when you brought up the topic of local nature and fauna and stuff. And also, he definitely, like, it was very easy to tell that he was avoiding giving you a solid yes or no on whether or not this town was habitable.
I figured that was a good way to get information on the locals, is how much a mayor would actually want more locals. It's weird for them
Yes.
to turn someone down, so something must be going on. We should probably go and find Suo and Buns.
Indeed, I don't want to be separated from the bunny for too long.
With that, I would also like to see Husky, where's Vladinsky right now?
He would have been standing somewhere nearby, looking over the area, trying to piece things together.
If you want to give me a perception check to kind of just give a quick look over the entire town, or at least the area you're in. A 9. Okay. With a 9, the town seems pretty normal, but there's something about it that feels off, but like you just can't put your finger on it. You can't put your finger on why it feels off. Like something here, like it looks very normal, like a normal town. There are people and stuff, but there's something missing from this picture, and you just can't quite see what it is. So Suo is walking. Buns is currently trailing you. Suo, that if you remember, we described it as the tree's vines were leading you almost somewhere. Their roots. As you follow that familiar path, that root path, you come to a little bit of a clearing at the edge of there's like the houses kind of like become a little sparse as you keep going, and you reach this one house. And it's a pretty big house, and in comparison to all the other houses, this house is made entirely of stone. Even the roof has been like, it doesn't have a hay roof or anything. It's very much like they have fully committed. Like this house is as nice as the mayor's house would be, and it is fully sealed. All of the windows are covered. Not just closed, but the shutters are fully pulled closed on the outside too, and there's no light coming from inside. But this is very clearly direction that the vine or the root took you.
I'm gonna try and get inside the house.
How are you trying to enter the house?
I have to think of how,
like, are you, like, what I'm asking is, are you trying to actually, like, are you breaking down the door? Are you trying to open the door? Are you like trying to break the front door is locked.
I'm going to look around for alternative entrances.
So as you look around, give me
way ever.
and the non-shiftiest way. Okay. Give me an give me an investigation check.
And a performance roll.
And Squiz, can you give me a just perception? Yes.
Normal.
And
so close.
can someone send the name and class so we can update the overlay once it's revealed?
I will send it as soon as it's revealed.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spoil it.
Right.
Oh,
right.
what was your? Are you set to private GM roles?
I would have seen it. So I didn't see what did you get, Em?
It says public.
And what was the total?
No, the total was 4.
They rolled a 3 + 1.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I saw the 3. I just didn't see it pop up in chat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you have to make sure that you're technically selected on your character when you roll. I don't know. Sometimes it's funny. So Em, every entrance to this house is boarded shut. So like all the windows are the shutters are closed and curtains drawn. There is a back door, but you would have to hop the fence to get back there. But it has it. You could assume that it would probably also be locked. And then Squiz with a 9, your character is hearing some commotion outside.
Do I have like something I can look out through, or like a speaker that I speak out through?
You
quiet.
can. Yes, Ansika says you're quiet, Em.
Very. I just turned you up. Actually, I thought it was just me.
Actually, but also Squiz, you actually do have you can talk into essentially a well, for you it looks like a shell, like a seashell, like a conch. And when you speak into it, with the investigation that you had, Suo, you have no idea where this voice is coming from when it speaks to you.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right, so gonna tap on it a little bit. Hello?
Foxy.
Hello? Is someone out there?
Hello? She's
Hello?
like wildly looking around, like,
The spirit of forest.
Yes.
Can I hear this too?
Are you lost? Do you need
Yes,
something?
you're with her, so you can hear this too. Also, if you want to give a perception, Zana.
Was
Since you are-
about to ask as Vodinsky, Hawk, and I approach. Are we within earshot of this yet?
Because we had the conversation before we
Right.
followed
Yeah.
them. There's a bit of
At
a
this
gap.
point, oh my gosh.
The drama.
Real quick, Mace and Vladinsky and Hamhawk, you can see essentially from this distance, what you see is you see Suo essentially like looking around, trying to no, she's not even trying to break and enter at this point. She's looking around as if she is like, it's almost like this. To her, she's looking around to try and find a voice that's talking to her. But from this distance, it probably looks more like there was like a fly, but like when a fly buzzes by your ear and you're trying to figure out where it went. And then with a nat 20, Buns,
your bunny ears activate.
you hear this voice and you can very clearly tell that wherever the speaker of sorts is, it is coming from like it's somewhere propped up on the roof, but it's essentially a speaker that faces in the 3 different directions. So it almost as if her voice travels all in an area around the house.
So kind of like a magic mouth spell.
Yeah, it covers the house, and with a 20 perception, you can kind of see where she's moving around, looking kind of like poking through the slats in one of the window shutters.
Oh, hi, hello, hi.
Hello, can I help you?
We're not gonna hurt you, I don't think.
Oh, I appreciate knowing that ahead of time.
Do I notice, like, is Buns like talking in a specific direction?
Yes, she's talking directly at where she sees somebody peeking through the slats. And she waves.
Are you lost? I don't know you very well. You don't look like the people who live here.
Buns just looks up at Suo.
So, Suo, how much of her can I see?
You can. It's literally just a shadow of a person because you can only. It's like looking through blinds at somebody.
Right. Okay.
Can I help you?
Shit, Suo didn't think this far ahead.
I didn't even get this far.
Suo got to the point where she was like, I have found the person. Oh no, what do I say to the person?
Right. She's just gonna be like.
Didn't think I get this far.
She was. I think Suo was expecting the person to like, I don't know, be like conked out or something. Like, I guess more direly in need versus like somebody who's actually like up and walking around. So now she's just like,
Are you a tourist?
No, I guess the tree sent me here.
Oh,
she's just
you're
kind
a
of like,
scientist.
I'm a what?
Are you back with some samples?
Maybe. I don't.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've been trying to work on this tree. Well, you know. Do you have them ready?
So can I come in?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Oh, you must be very new.
So the tree has scientists that it sent to you?
No, I can't. No. Have you talked to the mayor? Are you new?
This
I
is the
guess
part in
so.
the show where it would give a flashback to when Suo said, yeah, hi, and then immediately walked past the mayor.
But like in anime style with like the cloudy border on the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah, Suo's just like, I remember
Suo, just
possibly
tell her.
Mayor maybe saying hi to me
Oh.
when I got here.
Oh,
Can
yes, he's
any of the three boys step in? Have we gotten there yet?
You have absolutely come up on this point and you are very much just like at this point all you hear is Suo go,
We pardon, Suo. Yes.
Hello.
I'm not sure where to look, but we did briefly speak with him. Me and my associates are new in town,
Hey, how's it going?
and ignore him.
Right.
We came because our friend had a rather disturbing vision
Oh, a vision.
of the tree, if I'm understanding correct.
We had a tree seance.
You could say that,
I
yes.
mostly dabble in the science, but if I can find any outer way, I guess, of possibly healing the tree, I'll look into that too. Do you have any literature I can read?
I don't usually carry around like pamphlets. We're not that kind of religion.
The
Oh,
only
I apologize.
the only bookstore we've seen, we can't get there right now.
Oh, I
okay.
see.
Real quick. I want Ham, Buns, and Suo to roll a give me a
I want to make a Riz check.
give me a vibe check, the three of you specifically.
Still not great. We're doing solid with these rolls tonight.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, there's Suo's.
Okay.
No vibe.
What a vibe.
So there's a reason why I specifically asked you guys to do it. Hamhawk, with a 13, I will give this to you. You do a lot of hunting and searching for information on food, and you can very much recognize that the woman in the house is trying so desperately to pull. She wants tree. She wants information on nature. And she is just asking you desperately for information on nature, like on trees and plants and wildlife.
Oh.
Is there a reason
So-
I can't come inside?
Oh, well, you see, I've always been very ill, and, well, we've been trying to work on it, and we're just worried about germs, you see. I can't really interact with things outside. Not right
well,
now.
How long
if
have
I
you been
could,
What?
I'm just saying, if I think a hearty meal is gonna do a lot to help you out, and
Oh,
if it comes to food, I can tell you a lot of things about how plants and stuff are used in food.
oh, that sounds wonderful. Yes, we've
I can
tried
also
many
tell
different
you I
diets.
wouldn't eat the grass here. Something's wrong with it. Ain't
Not
got no
many.
gas in it.
Not
Get out of my
many
head.
people eat grass.
Squiz, you would also know that in very specific situations, if people wanted to enter your home safely, they would go through the back, and there's like a contained area that separates you from them.
Do they need permission, or am I just cool to be like, yeah, come around?
Yeah, you are allowed to just let them in and out.
Oh, yes. So guest, there is a way, but you have to be very careful, okay? You come around the back.
Absolutely.
Towards the. I'll see if I can have the back open for you. You have to
Which
make
side
sure.
are we on right now?
You're on the
look-
side of the house. You're on the side of the house right now. About probably like the left side if you're facing the front.
I also love how Sua was so baffled she forgot how to speak properly.
She's been so cool up until this point, and then she was like, "Oh,
All it took was a hot scientist lady to bring out the bottom in Suo.
Nah. Wow.
All right, we'll meet you around the back. Come on, Nugget. Yeah.
Is there a- so
you
is there
also
a
hear
Gate or
books
s-
just like flailing everywhere as she tries to tidy up.
So when she grants you, she said that you could enter through the back. The gate in the backyard actually opened,
Yeah, Suo
to like welcome you in.
rambles through it.
Okay. Suo, can you give me like a real quick nature check, please?
Dab.
Okay, an 18. Hey, Suo, when you walk through that gate, everything in this garden in the back is beautifully and lusciously healthy and happy.
Obviously, Squiz lives here. I mean,
But none of it is fake healthy. It is all actually healthy.
The grass is soft. The leaves don't crinkle.
So it's what we expected under our feet as we approached the city.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
as you
say
all
that
kind
when
of
she
enter,
walks
you'll-
through and realizes that she'll almost kind of get this overwhelming, like, oh, thank God, like that
Mhm.
relief. And
A
just,
literal
like-
breath of fresh air.
Right, and like tears would probably come up to your eyes. Just
You
because of,
realize
like,
that this
how-
one surviving garden is making up 80% of the oxygen for the planet.
Right, the
You all will also notice that the grass is reasonably soft, but Suo, you will, outside from just feeling soft grass, you will notice that like everything, the plants and everything, anything in pots and stuff out here, is all healthy.
right.
When we approach that area, is the house like it's of a decent size, but like is the door pretty big? Like, is it a place where I could reasonably take Nugget? Is the question.
It is I would say this is a very standard human door.
All right.
Nugget, you gotta sit out here. Sit. Sit, gosh darn it.
Hand him a treat.
I feel like Nugget definitely plops. He doesn't really sit. He does the plop, right?
He
The
lays
flute.
down. He doesn't actually like sit.
Yeah.
He has two states, resting and not.
He just flutes.
So, like the legs go, the frog legs, the pity
Frog
frog
legs.
I also feel like he definitely finishes the treat, but then continues to chew, and at some point he's just chewing some grass in front of him.
Hey, stop that. No, it's the best grass we found so far. We might need it as an emergency ration later, but don't tell them.
Oh God.
Nugget has
Would
2
you all-
brain cells?
Yeah, he is the brains of the party. I only have a 9 intelligence.
Are you all approaching the door?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Before you even, so as soon as you approach the door actually kind of like opens itself. Upon entering this space, it is it's a living room size space, but you will notice it's very strange. There's chairs and like a little like couch for you to sit on, and they're all facing inward. When you enter, it's like you're looking at the back of a couch and the back of these chairs, and there's tables and pens and stuff. But it's facing inwards, and about 5-10 feet past the couch and chairs is a wall made of glass that separates this entire spot from the rest of the home.
Is Squiz's character standing there?
Yes, she is.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
What does she look like?
Squiz, would you like to describe your character for those that may not be watching the stream?
Oh, yes. So she is of general average height. Pale to the point of there is no color really in her cheeks, and her eyes are daunting. They are tired. A pale green with messy dark green hair to match. A beautiful flower is though tucked behind an ear at all times. She is wearing clothes that are comfortable but clean. They are work appropriate, if that makes sense. She is always wearing gloves that either are clean or will have dirt on them from her general work. Her work area, there are books everywhere. Scattered, some open, some closed, some flopped up against things, flower pots all over the place, hanging from the rafters, plants just everywhere.
And would you like to let the group finally know what is your name?
Oh, it's nice to meet you. My name is Iris.
Of course it is.
Oh,
Does this name conjure forth any memories?
I'm
Nope,
glad you could guess.
it's a pretty standard name.
Is it an iris in her hair?
No,
No, I think that's
That's-
just a rose.
I do that on my birthday.
That's adorable.
So today is your birthday?
No, it's just a regular rose.
Also,
Oh,
is it
right, you do the
I spell Iris real quick so that we can change your name?
Yes. IRIS.
I thought you were about to Google it.
Google it.
Googling a word so you can learn how to spell the word.
Yes. Done.
I do that often.
So Suo's gonna come forward. She'll probably get fairly close to the glass. And she's gonna look at her and be like, How long have you been ill?
Well, you see, it's been quite some time. I I was found, kind of, in the woods. The townspeople, the mayor saved me. We've been trying to figure out a cure for me for quite some time.
So, have you always been like this, or when you say a long time?
I can't say for sure. I don't remember much before they found me.
Was that also around the same time that the tree started having problems?
No, that was a while after. I know. I don't know where I came from, but I know that I'm good with plants, and I know that I'm good, or at least I'm trying to be good with healing. I'm trying to help myself, and if I can help this town that saved me, I'd like to do that too. They've given me so much, and it's the least I can do to use my skills to try to help them. I don't know what's wrong with the tree, but it's very important. The town won't be able to go for much longer if it doesn't heal.
Hmm.
Hey, Alice.
How long have you
Yes?
been here?
Can you refresh my even if it's just copying and pasting like the description or something? Can you just refresh my
Mhm.
memory on the dream?
The dream that you had?
Yeah.
The rough equivalent of the dream is that you came to this town,
Mm-hmm.
and this tree was very clearly sick, and there were ashes raining from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And this tree almost like you could visibly see, as compared to like where you saw the tree when you got here, where it looked healthy on the outside, but you could still tell that it was dying on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
In the dream, it was very visible and clear to you in a form of this tree, like almost looking like ember, that it's dying. And that this whole town was kind of surrounded in this like ash that was raining from the sky. And then it felt to you in the dream like the tree was talking to you. And then you saw a figure of a woman in a similar house to this.
Mm-hmm.
And as you tried to approach the house, that's kind of when your dream ended, is when you, the closer you got to the house, you kind of started to wake up.
So I never made it in the house.
No, you never made it inside the
For
house.
some reason, I thought I made it in the house and that she was like bent over in the house, and when I went to say something to her was when I woke up.
No, you just saw that the house itself was also very much in the same state as the tree. So the house that the woman in your dream was in was also kind of like that embery kind of dying on, like the personification of it was also dying.
Right. And it was definitely the roots of the tree led me here.
Yes.
Do I remember anything around the house that stood out?
No, the town around you weirdly was not, it was covered in ash, but none of it was the same. It like none of the houses around it looked like they were dying like this house was. They all just looked like everything looked very gray and covered in ash. But in comparison to the tree and the house, that were like these almost beacons that like these are the things that are dying here.
Getting a better look at you. You're not assistants, are you?
It's been a long time since I was a sous chef. I run my own operation now.
We
Are
have
you
no
adventurers?
knowledge. We have no knowledge of what you may have thought we were. We are adventurers, as you accurately assumed there. Yes.
Hey, real quick, while
So
everybody
Noah's,
else is having
pacing and like doing the like Winnie the Pooh like
Do you
while
want
everybody else is hold on, while everybody else is having this moment, hey Buns,
Yes.
your tuning fork starts to vibrate just a little. And you kind of hear like little voices coming
did they
from the
say?
fork.
I'll
You've
hold
got a
up the.
call on the telly.
I'll hold up the fork to. She'll hold up the fork to her ear.
As you hold it up to your
Mush.
ear, you hear little tiny like giggles and stuff, and then they say, "Ask for the beans. Take the beans."
You have any beans? Beans.
Um,
Can I have the beans?
coffee? I mean, I have tea.
Um. Buns, you will the vibration kind of stops as it slowly goes up and to one side of the tuning fork, almost as if it's vibrating in a specific direction.
I will follow that.
As you turn, on a little table, one of the little tables by the chairs, there's like a brown sack that's tied at the top.
Buns will just go over there and open up the sack.
Inside the sack is a bunch, like probably like 11 just little green beans.
Out of character, nothing bad ever happens with magic beans.
Do I know what those
Yeah.
are?
You know that somebody, like one of the little kids in town, brought you these beans because he found them in the woods, and you looked at them and you were like, they seem like pretty average beans, but they're a little off. Something was very clearly off about them. Like they weren't of local fauna, so they gave you like a mischievous vibe.
Oh, I haven't tested those yet. Timmy, he gave me those. He found them in the woods. I'm not sure what they are.
There's always a Timmy in the woods.
I would like to cast Identify on them.
Okay.
Can I do a culinary check?
You can go ahead and give me a culinary check.
I'll sit down. I have to sit down. I have to do it as a ritual.
Okay.
So I'll just sit down, spend 10
So
minutes.
as you start that, we'll get the culinary thing.
I don't officially have a cooking check yet. I have to wait for level 4, but I'll just make a, what'll it just be?
Wisdom or survival.
Yeah, I would say like a knowledge of some kind would probably make the most sense because you're trying to like identify something.
Just make a nature check.
Yeah, nature would work because they are beans.
12.
12? The description that Iris gave is pretty accurate. She's not really sure what they are. But you also kind of get the sense that like these beans aren't from this area. They don't match any of the local fauna, and they wouldn't really like you've never really come across these beans before. They definitely also give a little bit like there's something about them that just feels mischievous.
How many of them are there?
About 11.
Not even enough for lentils for a soup.
I hand it over as the identify is being prepared.
Okay. Let me double check. What all does identify? Let me double check. Oh wait, you put it in there. I don't have to double check. Haha. Identify tells you what?
If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
So, okay. So, I hate to do this to you. Are you casting it on the bag or an individual bean?
On the beans.
Well, so it says you choose one object that you must touch throughout the cast. So
a bean.
Okay. So as you touch the bean and you cast Identify, you will learn that this is definitely magic. It's definitely it doesn't really have a type as much as it is like a fey magic. And roll a D100, and I will tell you what that particular bean does.
I think I know what this bag is.
Oh. Oh dear. 30.
30. If you choose to do anything with this particular bean, well, you'll know because you're the one identifying. I will send you what this one bean you're holding does.
I feel like one of the options is summon a giant pyramid.
So while all that's going on, Mace is kind of looking between Suo and our new friend Iris here, and so on our way in, we noticed there was a almost a glamour over trees, grass, and making it appear healthy, but it was very much crunching underfoot. But in the tree in the center of town kind of had that same vibe to it. Uh, However, your garden in the back is quite the opposite. Well, not quite the opposite, but there's no visual trickery to it, is what I'm getting at. It's all rather lush and healthy.
Yes, yes. Many of my tests have been fruitful. I've yet to find anything of a magnitude enough to be able to try to help the main tree, though. It worries me that it's spreading.
Yes, it was quite a distance out of town that we
Oh,
started
that's not good.
noticing.
I'm going to need to work harder.
If you don't mind me asking, work harder on trying to find a cure for it?
Yes, I need to do something for this town. You don't understand. I can't. They've just done so much for me. This building trying to heal me, they've put so much money. There's not much money in this town. If I can't fix this tree, it'll be for nothing. All the help that they've given me, I don't know how long they can sustain it.
Well, have you made any breakthroughs recently? Is there I'm just thinking, is there any lead that we could help you pursue? This is very important to our friend Suho here.
Oh, do you have family here?
I think she just likes to hug trees.
I'm
I
a
also.
druid, so I'm helping nature
That's
is very important for me.
Oh, I'd love to work with you. Yes, there are things that you can do that would help me a lot. There aren't a lot of adventurers here. I worry about asking them to do tasks that might be too difficult.
Well, I faced down an owl, so a giant owl. So I think I'm sure.
Oh,
And some cultists.
Vlad,
Oh, yeah,
Vlad,
that's
since
cool.
you're not currently in this conversation, can you give me a perception check, please?
All right.
Let's see. Vlad, I'm going to send you a private message real quick while everybody else continues.
Whispers!
so
Whispers,
I've been
whispers.
looking into and she goes over to her to a table that's covered in samples, soil samples. Thank you. I've been looking into the soil around here, and I haven't found anything out of the normal. I can only imagine that this might be something maybe deeper. The waterway that comes into town, the entrance to it is a little ways off. I'm afraid I can't send the children out there, and the adults, they haven't found time for it yet, but I'm thinking that maybe you would have the time. I just need some samples.
Samples from the underground waterway.
Yes, the entrance to the waterway is a little ways out of town, though. It runs deep, is why I mentioned that.
I know what this is. It's a bag of beans. You take a bean
Oh.
out, and it does something random.
It is,
It
in
does
fact,
something
a bag
random.
of beans.
Well, I mean, even I knew that. Can you eat them?
Congratulations.
No, it's a magic item.
So you
Like
can't
this-
eat them.
She holds the bean that she identified. This one here, will create an animated immobile stone statue that looks like whoever uses it, and it
It's
threatens
animated
you.
and immobile.
Yeah. It moves and it talks. It just doesn't move. Like
Uh,
doesn't walk anywhere. Doesn't
You
go
can see
anywhere.
why this is confusing.
It is. I think what my companion is trying to say, it doesn't walk around, but it is animated in its motions and talking.
And it makes threats against you, but if you leave it and others come near, it tells people that you're a terrible villain and to find you and attack you.
Oh.
Well, that's not very nice.
Food for the cauldron.
Pixies leave these around just to cause mischief.
Suo, can you give me a perception, please?
Of course. Ooh, hell yeah. Dirty 20.
Oh, very nice.
Cool. You also get a message.
Yeah. Out of character, I knew what that was as soon as Atlas was like, roll a D100, and I only just experienced that through a TikTok like last week.
Nice.
I knew what it. Yeah.
It's nice to have identify, so I don't have to pretend to not know what it is.
Right.
Yes.
It's a
But
struggle.
I'm just
So-
excited to use it.
Is
Anyway.
there a specific? He then he starts like looking around. Is there a specific container that you would like us to use?
Oh, yes. I have some beakers back here. Let me just go around just to see like a box falls, kind of scoots around, pushes some
Oh,
books out of the way.
Be careful.
Oh, yes, no,
Oh, I'm
fine.
sure she's fine. It's her own house.
Like
If she
dust.
perishes in her own house, I'm sure it's okay.
I
I guess.
I never did like you.
Okay, here we go. And she's gonna go up to the front. There's a little slot. She's going to put it on her side, and it's kind of like a triangle. She pushes it, and it opens on your side. Here you go. That will have to be sanitized before I get it back.
Squiz. As you go to pass that item to them, something stops you, and suddenly you start to feel very weak and very tired, and you can't walk anymore, and you kind of fall to your knees, and everyone in the room starts to notice as the vines start to reach out towards her.
The vines?
The vines from her plants in her room start to reach out towards her.
Can I
Not
vibe check
again.
the plants?
I mean, not really.
Druid.
She's
I
behind
mean,
the glass, isn't she?
Do
she is
you?
behind the glass. Yes.
I mean, I suppose the better question: do you have talk with plants?
I'm trying to find out.
Lansky,
Does-
are you still paying attention? Are you still looking in the same direction from when you did the perception?
Yes, I'm still looking. General.
It moves closer.
Does the front door lead into where she is? Where Iris is?
You would assume so. The problem is that there's this is a room, right? And then there's an open doorway that leads to a hallway, and then you would assume that that leads to the front door, but you can't see the front door directly from here.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Is the thing that I saw still there?
If you're looking at it instead of looking in the direction of the vines, you would have noticed, much like Vlad did, that it's getting closer.
I'm
I-
just watching.
Does it look like that the plant could be getting controlled by things? Like vines?
Squiz, give me a perception check. And it's you can't tell. They're not like their arms aren't lifted, the mouth isn't moving. I mean, with a 20 perception, you can see very clearly that this figure is silently, stoically walking in this direction.
This is a
Do you know
perception.
this lady?
Yes, a
Miss,
perception.
Suo is fully at this point going to be like, do we know her? Is this
Are
okay? Do we
we-
need to shut this door?
Are you okay?
With hearing Suo, Iris, hearing Suo, you'll become aware that the back door was left open.
You left the back door open.
We weren't told otherwise. The door opened itself in
I
the first
told
place.
you to be careful.
We didn't even touch the door.
Iris, your like whole body is you're getting even more exhausted.
Please shut it. Shut the door. We can't leave it open.
Is it the lady or the door?
The door is open.
No. I'm specifically asking, is it the lady or the door? Like the outside?
You're-
Still go over and
Is it the lady
close.
who's outside that is the issue, or is it the outside in general that is the issue?
Do
Iris?
I see a lady?
No, you're very confused. You're looking in the same direction that Suo is, but you don't
I-
see anything
I'm
except for
going
the outside.
I don't know what you're. Please close the door.
I will close the door behind me, but I'm going outside.
So as you
Worry, we've been dealing with this a lot. We don't know what she's doing either.
what were you gonna say, Vlad?
I'm going to follow Stu here as she goes inside.
Okay, so as those two exit and then swiftly close the door, those of you still in the room will notice as the vines slowly start to fall back into their resting state, and Iris, you start to have an easier time breathing.
Oh. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, that didn't look too good. Does that happen
No,
often?
is it the
No, but it's why
outside?
I can't go outside.
Is it the outside or is it the plants?
It's the plants outside. I put those are mine. No, it's
the
the outside in general.
the only reason I ask is the plants inside looked to be inching their way towards you.
Also real quick, Buns,
yeah.
that tuning fork?
Uh-huh.
Vibrating way harder than it was before.
Pull it up to the ear.
It's eerily silent. The giggles have stopped. And it is just aggressively vibrating in your hand. We'll cut to outside. Suo and Vlad, As you approach the figure that you saw, Vlad, you get a good look at this figure. I will send you both an image of what you guys see. But as you walk, as the door shuts, the figure stops moving towards you, and its face almost gets sad for a moment as leaves start to blow around the figure.
No, wait. Please don't go. I have questions.
The figure just looks at you with a sad gaze and kind of just shakes its head before the leaves start to rise up, and the higher the leaves go, she starts to disappear.
You know her, don't you? You're trying to help her.
The figure just nods at you, agreeing.
Can we find you in the woods?
She doesn't respond, almost as if she's not sure how you would.
I don't know either.
Buns is gonna go outside.
As you open the door, you look in the direction that they're looking, and all you see is a couple leaves blow away. And Suo and Vladinsky are just standing there, looking as if they had just seen something. But as far as you could tell, it was just some wind blowing some leaves away.
Yo, I have chills.
Oh, yeah.
Full goosebumps.
What happened?
Would I know what
Buns,
I was
did you
looking
close
at?
the door behind you?
No.
You would have to make an Arcana check. Also, Iris,
Oh.
the
No,
door's
she's standing
open,
in
but
the door.
you're not feeling sick yet. Just so you.
She's standing in the door.
Can we please close that door?
13.
13.
I closed the door.
Thank
You
you.
know that it's some kind of nature-related being.
There seems to be a party
Iris
in
is
the
gonna
backyard.
start making herself some tea.
Yeah, you make yourself like a regular it's almost like it's like a chamomile blend with some little mint in it to kind of help open the lungs but also calm you.
Yeah. She's
Is-
a little panicked, a little more disheveled. Breathing's calmed down, but the stress is there.
Who's inside the house and who's outside right now?
It's
Buns
just
is
you
in
and
the
it's
yeah,
just myself and you inside.
Buns is in the doorway, and then Sue and Vladinsky are outside.
I just closed the door, so that's why I was asking who was in and who was out.
Oh, well then I guess Buns is also outside, but on the other side of the door. So it's just you and Mace on the
Okay.
inside.
There seems to be some commotion in your backyard.
So Suo's gonna probably wander back
I
inside
hope
at
the
this
plants
point.
are okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure they are. My colleagues.
Also, Buns, the tuning fork stopped vibrating.
My colleagues look to have noticed something. He says, just not believing himself.
So,
I've started thumbing through my cookbook.
Suo's
So,
first gonna turn to Vladinsky and then turn to Buns.
she holds up her tuning fork. Before you close the door, this was really vibrating. Something's going on.
I think I'm not 100% certain, but I think I might have seen a dryad.
I can't tell if it's dramatic or if you're cutting out.
There's cutting out happening, yeah.
Oh,
I think it
don't-
only cut out at the where you said what you thought you saw.
I think I saw a dryad. I'm not 100% certain. It was a woman. So just to confirm, it was a woman more or less covered in leaves in the aspect of like no clothes, just body shape.
She was very much So it's exactly what I sent you, but the leaves were a mixture of the fake alive leaves, but very much like dying leaves also.
Okay.
So same color and everything, but the leaves kind of varied between that fake healthy and like very much dead.
I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure because it could have been a dryad. It could have been. It was definitely some nature-based magic.
You see, it seemed
Buns-
like it was a vengeful spirit of some.
No, she wasn't vengeful.
Also, Buns, if upon hearing Dryad, if you want to give a either knowledge or an arcana, whichever, like kind of probably arcana would be better, but or history, just because you're from the Fae. So history or arcana check. I'll say also with advantage to see if you know what you know about a Dryad.
Ooh.
Hey.
Okay, so you know a lot. You are very familiar with Dryad because Dryads are a type of Fae. They kind of weave in and out of the Fae worlds, forests, and the this world's forests. They are normally, though, very close with forest spirits, deities who are specific to protecting certain areas. They're just very much like, they are not happy helpers of forest spirits and people in charge of forests, but they are very much there to assist in maintaining the health of a forest. And you know that dryads, while they are not trapped in any particular forest and can leave whenever they want, they tend to pick certain areas and claim them as theirs.
I just want to let you know that
I'll
Buns and I
relay all of this
continue.
information.
Buns and I continue to have the same fucking brain cell. Because literally, Zana and I are messaging each other like, I think it's this, and it's like, it's the same thing.
Also, Iris, the word dryad, you're not read it in any of your books, but there's a familiarity to it, but you can't quite put your finger on why it's familiar to you.
And I figure while we're like,
They're
while
talking
Buns
about
and I
this
are having
outside,
this
though.
conversation,
Yeah.
No, they came back inside.
yeah, I
Okay,
was saying
okay.
while we were having this conversation, and like it was walking back inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Suo said that she was coming back inside.
So,
I should probably look more into the magic of issues. I'll ask the mayor for some books on dryads next time I see him.
I will literally spill everything I know.
Oh, wonderful! And she pulls out like a notebook.
Everything that Atlas just said,
Mhm.
Buns just
She
cares.
starts aggressively scribbling everything down.
So, can I have a perception check or an investigation check on Iris?
If you can tell me what you're looking for, or like what you're trying to find.
So, I'm trying to see if I can discern whether or not Iris is a deity, or a nature spirit, or basically any of the things that a dryad would be inclined to help.
Okay. I'm gonna allow you to make an investigation check.
Mace is gonna go over and close the door.
Thank you.
She would have
I'm
closed the door
leaving the
behind her.
darn door open.
After the first time. Oh no, it's only a 12.
No, I mean, Iris seems like most other people you've met. I mean, aside from being incredibly sickly and very tired looking.
Okay, now at this point, does she look human, elven?
She's human.
Okay.
Yeah, she looks. She's very much looking of a human variety.
She heckin'
No.
average, like an average steak.
You know what would be nice?
Rude.
We really need to go find Denier. I bet he could help.
Hey Hamhawk, by the way, you said you were flipping through your book.
I was just
Right.
about to ask if there's anything weird about it.
Yeah, there is. There's a new recipe for tea in there, which, you often have recipes for food and stuff, but not often do you get a lot of tea recipes and stuff like that.
Does the book spawn its own recipes often, or I thought that it had
No.
primarily would modify a recipe that I added, but now twice it has added recipes on its own.
Uh-huh. And in both of those scenarios, there were there were certain special occasions in those scenarios, if you'd remember. So this being the second time, in relation to the first time, you could almost maybe incline that sometimes that is a very special thing that happens for a special scenario. There's a new tea recipe in your book.
Hey, ma'am, you know any of these herbals?
And I'm holding up the book to the glass.
Uh,
I've also scratched and sniffed the book very audibly.
it smells. It's almost weird because you have to take a second whiff, because it smells almost exactly like Iris's tea, but a little different. And so Iris, if you look at the book that Hamhawk is holding up with the tea recipe in it, you would recognize that this is your chamomile mint tea recipe for your illness. But there's a couple ingredients in there that you don't own and you've never really seen added to your tea recipe before. One of them standing out very peculiarly to you is bark from a special tree, and that is exactly what it says.
Oh, yeah, that's my tea. It's what I usually drink. It helps calm me down. The only thing that's weird, it says bark from a special tree. Does it have to mean something to you, like a childhood memory? Is this another magic thing?
Well, I know I'm not the smartest cookie in the jar, but food is more about feeling than it is about science. You've really got to feel out your individual recipes. There is no one catch-all, and the more special a recipe is, the more particular to the individual it'll be, the less people it'll appeal to. For some reason, this particular recipe must be important to you, because it's not one that I added. Thus, this special tree, this special bark, must also be something uniquely special to you.
Huh. Well,
Are there any trees
I mean-
around here that you can think of?
I mean, there's a particular tree I'd like to save. It's the tree that's been on my mind for years now, but I would never want to take anything from it.
Well,
I
I
would
mean,
want
I
to-
imagine you've already gotten some samples. After all, you've been scientifically studying this tree for a bit.
How long have you been here?
You keep asking me this. The answer's still the same. I don't really know. I don't really pay attention to the seasons. I'm just trying to do research.
Mace is going to have an aha moment at that particular notion and bolt out the back door, closing it behind him, and run to the center of town, to the tree.
You get a lot of strange looks as you start running to the center of town, but it's going to take you a second. So you all witness as Mace just bolts out of the house, politely closing the door behind him.
We're just all gonna stare at him. And then I assume we just collectively all turn back to Iris.
Oh, well, I mean, when you got to go.
Yeah, he doesn't go. Neither him or you. And I point to the guy in the armor. I don't think you go either. I've fed you a lot of food and you've not gone to the bathroom. I've been watching.
Damn! You pooping?
So you poop it?
A little
You
pellet
poop.
falls out of
Oh
bubble.
The pellet.
I
Not the dingleberries.
I can't. I don't want to take samples from the tree itself. I don't think the tree. I'm worried about it more being things from around it than the actual tree itself. I'm worried if we were to try to take too many samples, it would damage it irreparably.
That is a
Well,
fair.
that may be the case. I'm just saying, this ain't a normal cookbook. You might want to look into it. This thing has performed miracles.
I can try.
I
asking the
appreciate
tree.
your magic cookbook. I don't know how much I can trust a magic cookbook that came out of nowhere.
About as much as you can trust this random party that came out of nowhere and can still promise to help you.
That's what I mean exactly. I don't know you that well. I don't mean to be
am.
rude.
And Mace is
Fun.
like,
That was
and
Mace.
Mace is in like full fucking sprint.
That is a terrifying sight, by the way.
Mace, at this point, you
The
reach
city guard
the
shows up.
center of town. It's pretty busy here. I mean, there's a lot of people around. They all definitely notice you running like down the street. And then a couple guards kind of like wave their hand out, and they like kind of like trying to get between you and the direction you're running, and they're like, "Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna need you to calm down. You're giving some people quite the fright."
Just plow right through them.
Not the fright.
Or
Or
either
you
that,
bounce
or
past them.
are they like blocking my path, or are they just trying to like get my attention?
They're trying to like very much like in front of you, hand out, trying to be like, "Excuse me, sir." Like,
Around them.
could you like, you're moving around them.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to make a strength, athletics, or acrobatics to try and avoid being grabbed by one of these guards.
Okay.
And Suo would kindly let Iris know that I can ask the tree if I can take a sample.
Oh, you can just ask it.
I can at least try. I've kind
Okay.
of communicated with it already.
With a
Um,
22,
Oh.
you just barely get past these guards as one of them grazes like the side of you trying to grab you, and they then take off and start chasing after you, yelling, "Stop."
It's
Oh.
about I'm attempting to help the one in the house back there. Sorry. No time to stop.
They're still just yelling at you because like they can't quite hear you as you're like running away from them, and they're trying to yell "stop" at you. So they're just still chasing after you as you're coming up on the center of the town.
So once they get to the tree, I'll like swing around to the opposite side.
Okay.
Attempt to break line of sight.
Okay.
And then like hug the tree.
You're gonna hug the tree.
Well, like
Or like hide behind the tree.
hide behind it. Yeah, like crouch down and kind of
Okay.
hide behind, like get behind a root or something.
So give me a stealth.
I didn't know you were a tree hugger, darling.
Give me a
I
stealth.
100% imagined him just fully like spider monkeying this tree.
I also think this is so funny, so I'm not gonna make you roll at disadvantage because it's so funny to me, and I'm gonna just be real with you. You probably should be a disadvantage, but I'm this is hilarious. So I'm regular stealth check. Wow, way to
Damn.
pull Wadinsky. They kind of they stop and they start looking around, and they're like asking some people, they're in the area but they don't see you because they're like, now they're asking people, they're like like windedly like, "Wait, did you see? He's kind of like big. I don't know what he was actually. Had a tail?
Some sort of demon.
Literally
demon
me.
metal.
Literally me the other day, like running up a flight of stairs on the phone with Foxy, just like I'm coming.
So yeah,
So-
the you can hear them, but they don't see you.
So as I'm huddled here, like, does the bark of the tree look like it would like easily break off, or
It's not doing very well for sure. It'd still be a strength check, but you get the feeling if you had to like, you know, put it in some kind of number system where you had to roll to do certain things, it would be easier to get this bark off than say a healthy tree.
If you had to put it in a number
Jeez, how much HP do you have? You can't say that. You have to keep it in character. Well, how healthy are you? The barbarian. Well, if I had to put it on a number between 1 and 135, I'm at about a 15.
So you get the idea that it'd be easier, but you know, not as easy. Still a big tree.
So I'm going to circle around, trying to kind of put the tree between me and them, and try and take a sliver of the bark off.
Okay, so two things. You're trying to be stealthy about taking bark, or you're just trying to hide from the guard?
I'm trying to hide from the guard.
Okay, so you're not being stealthy about taking the bark. So it'll be a strength athletics. Ooh, good roll. You just barely pry some bark off of this tree, but you're not doing it very subtly. So the other people in the square, you hear a kid behind you go, Mom, he's taking bark off the tree. I thought we weren't supposed to do that." And his mom is like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And the guards are kind of alerted at this point that something is going on because this woman is now yelling at you because, you know, her son witnessed you do something and she knows that you're not supposed to do this either.
Ooh.
Also, back in the house, Iris, you suddenly get like a twinge of pain in your arm.
Oh, that was weird.
Dang, lady, you're heckin' sick.
Well, yeah. I'm working on it. And everything else.
That is the most squiz question or quiz statement I think I've ever heard in my life.
Mace, what are you doing? Because these guards are now going to start approaching.
So I'm going to, let's see, throw the hood of my cloak up and attempt to make my way back towards the house.
Okay.
Trying not to bring attention to my leaving the square.
So I am gonna have to say that this one you'll have to do with disadvantage for the first attempt,
Right.
because somebody has witnessed you
Commit a crime.
commit a crime. Yeah. So this will be stealth with disadvantage.
You naughty boy.
So that's an 8 on your stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the familiar yell as a guard yells, "Stop!" And they start chasing you. They start running at you.
Shit.
What
I
is
take
Mace
off.
doing? You're taking off in the direction of the house, or which direction is Mace running? Is he running back to the house, or?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll start making that run back, and just give me a Give me a either strength acrobatics to see how well you can maneuver around the scene that is you're making a scene. People are now like kind of watching, and they saw a giant man with a tail running down this alleyway the first time, so there's a little bit more of a crowd. So either strength acrobatics to dodge some of the crowd, or you can make a dexterity.
It's dexterity acrobatics or strength
Dexterity
athletics.
acrobatics or strength athletics. So strength
All right.
athletics if you want to try and just kind of plow through.
You gonna be a gymnast?
Or a football player.
He's going to be a football player, and you are not being very subtle, and you're definitely just shoving through the crowd.
The entire time. Sorry. Just trying to help someone in need here.
Let's see. So you actually lose. You stop hearing them shouting, and you even hear a little bit of maybe like a guard going, "Where'd he go?" As you hear that in the distance, as it seems that you've lost them in the crowd. While he makes his way back, we'll cut back to everybody in the house.
So, if you can just talk to the tree, I actually have quite a few questions. Can you ask if it has any particular weak points? If maybe migrating birds haven't been helping the pollination in the springtime, or if there's a certain bug population that might be low. If like I said before, with the water, check if its roots are properly anchored. If they're receiving the right amount of moisture.
Just hold a hand out, as in like pause.
Oh, yes.
And she's just gonna kind of look like she'll kind of I guess fidget with like maybe a loose string or something, and just kind of like look down before looking back up and being like, well, the tree kind of showed me a vision.
Oh, you've already talked to it.
Yeah. Yes. And, well, you see, the vision was that I think you two are connected somehow. Your sickness is its sickness.
Oh, we're both sick.
No,
I mean,
not like separately sick. Like, it's the same sickness.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've been working on a cure for this darn tree for years. Now if I fix it, I can fix myself too at the same time.
Or perhaps you can work the other way around. If you can fix yourself, then you can fix the tree.
I think.
Oh, well,
part
the
of
town has
fixing
already
you,
been
though,
working on that.
I think part of fixing you is going outside, though.
Hey,
Oh, I
Vlad,
can't do that.
Can you give me a perception check as you kind of like, you're in that room with them?
You said Vlad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Vlad, with a 15, in typical Vladinsky fashion, getting high rolls, you would notice that on Iris's left arm in the like upper bicep area, there's a little bit of red starting to like poke through her shirt. Iris it looks like she might be bleeding under her cardigan.
No, I can't go outside. We've already been over this.
That
Why?
that happened when you go just now.
What?
Did you
Is that-
fall and cut your arm on something?
Oh.
Yes, it wasn't there when we.
She kind of looks at it. I must have bumped into something. Hold on. She rummages through her drawer again. Just a bit. My skin gets thinner every day.
as she's rummaging, you all hear some like commotion. And Buns, this is a familiar commotion to you. This is the commotion of Mace football running through past the side of the house, making his way to the back door.
Just Buns. Mace is back.
Buns goes over to the door,
Just
waits until he's right about at the door, and then opens the door so he can just run on in.
Mace, the door opens for you almost in a comedically timed fashion.
And he just puts the brakes on full stop as he enters.
Buns then closes the door again.
Like almost peeling the carpet up as he enters the home.
completely unwinded.
Yep.
Like, no problems. You're like, all right, well now I'm
He
back.
doesn't breathe.
Right.
Also, Suo, as soon as he enters the house, a familiar feeling reaches you. Not as grand and as large as the other feeling before, but a very small feeling. That same feeling you got when you were close to the tree.
Did you go back to the tree?
Chew.
Did you go back to the tree?
Are you here?
I may have.
Okay, I was like, Mace?
I may have.
Oh, did you get that water sample?
Did not reach the outside of town. No, I did not get the water sample. But don't believe you actually. We're still waiting for the beakers to be pushed across. Actually,
Oh, sorry.
Close the door.
Yes, please.
no, the door got
Buns
closed
did.
behind me. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I did have something. I did retrieve something that I think you may want to try and put in your tea.
You retrieved
No.
something from the tree.
Not from the tree, no. From around it.
From around it. What was
Sue's
around
just
the
gonna kinda
tree?
look at him like, what?
Did you get a soil sample?
Can I insight check Mace?
You can insight check Mace.
What's your vibe like?
Mace, you will either roll persuasion or deception, depending on what you're trying to do. And you don't have
You've
to
gotta
say
beat
what
my
you're trying.
almighty 4.
So you can make
Yes.
that a private roll so that only you
I will,
know.
I will make it private to the GM.
That's either really good or really bad.
So anyway, Mace, what are you telling Ham Hut? What vibe does Ham Hut get?
Very stammered, even for him. Walked around the tree. Okay, so he is kind of shaking as he looks around for like decontamination or whatever she had mentioned previously.
Ham, I would say just real quick though, with the roll that you did, Hamhawk, what I will say is it feels like Mace is not lying, but he is not telling an entire truth.
You sneaky bastard.
Can I percept him?
You've been hiding beef jerky this
So-
whole time.
You would give him an insight check if you're trying to. Are you trying to see if he has something on his person, or are you trying to see if he is being sketchy?
He's being sketchy.
Give him a vibe check to see. You can give him a
That would
vibe
be an
check, and then
insight check.
That would be an
How
insight
do
check.
we
Yeah.
We
do?
call those vibes.
Okay, gotcha.
so insight, and then Mace. Once again, you will roll. You will roll privately against her.
I got it from around the tree. Louise! Louise!
Hey, Mace. What vibe is Iris getting?
Completely just like found something on the ground and brought it back.
Yeah, he's being honest. He's honestly, Iris, he might be the most honest person you've met in the past like couple of weeks at least.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool that you found that without damaging the tree whatsoever.
It's a pretty lucky find.
So
Do
what
I see
what is it?
what he finds? What he has? Do I see it?
And
he has to show it.
he holds out a piece of bark.
Mm-hmm.
So you found. Well, I believe you, I guess.
Squiz does not. Iris does.
I kid you not. You know what? We'll talk about it later.
Yes, behind the curtain.
We'll talk about it later.
He finds so there's a piece of he holds out a piece of bark, and he goes to put it into like the return receptacle.
Yep.
Did
so,
you wash your
Buns
hands
will cast
first?
prestidigitation on it to clean it
Oh.
and get like dirt and germs.
you
off
could clean
of
the
it.
bark as much as you can clean a piece of bark. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a clean piece of bark now. She got all the dirt and stuff is off of it.
Thank you.
You just got to give it some spit shine.
So, I was inspired when my colleague here was reading off the tea recipe.
Told you it's a magic book.
So, go ahead and give that a try and see what that does for you.
Oh,
What's
I'm gonna
the-
need to do some tests on it first.
What's
Iris,
the other ingredient?
It's just
Sure.
Giardi's drinking the tea.
Iris, when you reach in and you pick up that bark, that bark is warm in your hands, and it's comforting, and you feel so good and so happy, and it's just like you feel like you're like at home, even more so than you've ever felt before. You feel at home. And Suo,
Could
when
I
you
tell?
see her touch the bark, you instantly can tell that the bark has come back to life.
Iris has been sick for so long that feeling like good has been such a like non-existent thing.
You think
For-
you're more sick.
Basically, yeah, she just kind of sits down and doesn't really know what to do with it.
Make more tea
But
with
she
that.
doesn't let go. I don't. There's something weird about it. I need to do more tests.
No.
It's not. No one else has ever found just bark lying around.
I think you need to go out and touch the tree.
I cannot get out of here. I told you that.
She doesn't
Why?
need to get out. She just needs to drink some tea.
Drink some tea.
I drink
It's
tea
tea
all
with
the time. Look, I'll drink
Maybe-
this tea after I'm absolutely sure I can't fix the tree first.
No,
Bun
wait.
starts hopping furiously.
So
Dip. Okay, if nothing else,
what if this tree allows you
just-
to go outside?
That would be wonderful. But if the town isn't fixed, it doesn't. I need to fix the tree first.
But if you realize that tea fixes you, it is a test that you are performing that you know will work on the tree because you and the tree share the same illness.
Yes.
So then I need
Science.
to give the tree some tea.
Well, first you have to confirm it with yourself. I mean, you wouldn't want to just try something on your best patient. You know, I wouldn't test food on my customers. I eat everything first, and then I make sure it's good enough to serve, you know?
Iris,
Iris,
Iris, Iris.
that is
Iris,
actually some
Iris,
sound scientific logic for you.
That is actually pretty
Iris,
sound, yeah.
I was like,
Iris, Iris,
Coming
Yes,
from the 9
yes.
intelligence.
Miss Rabbit,
think-
yes.
my name is Buns. If you fix yourself, you might fix the tree.
If you would
Um,
do me just a little kindness and merely dunk the piece of bark in your tea before your next sip.
oh, well, I guess it won't damage it too bad. She carefully breaks the bark in half so that she can keep the other half for scientific purposes and
For science.
dunks part of the bark into her tea.
Like a cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
Like a cinnamon stick.
All right, now that needs to steep for 3 minutes.
All right. So, what do you
just
do for
awkwardly
fun?
Sit there for 3 I read books.
Have you read any
Um,
culinary books?
Yes, actually, I've looked into several culinary books for health purposes, trying to figure out if maybe a different diet will help or
What does this
such
recipe look
things.
like to you?
And I'm holding up the book above my head, and it's turned to the life and death page.
I don't know what that means.
You actually don't know what that means.
I'm not sure.
Jeez. Someone's gotta die, and I don't know who it is.
Oh, is it a poison?
No, I think it's... Yes, it might be. Maybe. Or it's a cure. Could be a panacea.
You
I'm
know,
not
I do
sure.
a lot with that.
It's like mushrooms, you know, it's a 50-50 chance.
She is completely lost in the conversation and just going to absentmindedly drink some of the tea.
You start to feel that similar warmth from the bark, but it now spreads through your entire body. And suddenly you are feeling incredibly healthy. You've actually never felt this healthy before. You have all of this energy. It's as if you've slept like a normal person for the past month. Like,
Oh my goodness, this is wonderful. This is fantastic. I feel a million times better.
Yep,
I don't know
that's
how to
right.
transfer this to the tree though.
H and H culinary strikes again.
And
Oh my
Mace-
goodness.
Mace just
Why
starts
don't
beaming.
So
His
why don't
his
you bring the tea to the
his
tree?
his
Oh,
rune
you can bring the tea to the
lights up
tree.
a
I
bit.
think
And
you
then
need
just
to
tell
do
me
it.
what happens.
I think you need to do it.
And
Hey,
they're
I'm
like, I
just-
can't go outside.
But what
What
if, hey, this is a part of your scientific test. You can really tell if you're cured if you can leave the house.
Oh, there's no way a simple tea could just cure me.
You
Buns
were
opens
literally
the
working
door
on a
and
tea
leaves
to
it.
cure you.
Well, yeah, but not just once. It
It's
takes
not a simple
time.
tea anymore.
Well, it's a magic tea now.
Yes. Magic.
Goddamn magic tea.
And magic does tend to work pretty instantly.
you guys hear a little bit of a commotion outside. As you can hear people kind of like start to like, you can hear people getting closer to the house.
And I
Can
vibe
I
check
look
the
through
mob.
the window?
Yeah, you can look through the window. Looking, you give me a vibe check and give me a perception.
15.
Also 15.
2 15s. Vibe check. The voices, they sound like a mixture of concern, worry, and maybe frustration or anger. And Iris, as you kind of look through the slats in your window in the direction of the voices, you can see a lot of the townsfolk kind of heading your way towards your house. And in the front is the mayor with his hat kind of pulled down, covering his face. He's the only one that doesn't
Savages,
seem to
savages.
be. He's the only one that doesn't seem to be saying anything.
You just found this piece of wood, yes? Did you do anything else? The townspeople are coming this way.
How many guards did you beat up to get back?
I didn't.
You beat up guards?
I did not beat anyone up. I did maybe cause a stir by running from here to there and back.
But there's nothing wrong with running. What
Do you
happened?
see this man? I want you to imagine the fever dream that would be this man running at full speed in your town.
Oh, I see. Well, it is quite a small town.
They're gonna write
Eh.
legends about him. He's gonna become like the spring-heeled Jack.
Should I start
hey-
writing the legend down now?
Hey, Buns.
Yeah.
That tuning fork is vibrating again,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
very aggressively.
Uh-huh.
Do I notice
Oh.
anything?
As a very loud breeze and the sound of rustling leaves start to like surround the house a little bit.
I don't know what you've done, but you all might want to leave.
No.
I-
Suo was just like, I think Suo and Buns are gonna look at each other with Cat got the canary smiles on their face.
And Mace is just going to look around, kind of shifty-eyed, like, no, I'm not leaving.
As you're talking, the wind is getting louder.
Do I hear it?
Everybody at this point can hear wind circling the house.
Do I see the lady again?
It's hard to see the lady through
A bunch of fucking leaves.
the just tumbling of leaves past the windows. And in a moment of just all at once, all of the outside shutters slam open and all of the outside light is let into your house.
Natural light.
Iris is gonna panic.
Praise the sun.
What's what's happening?
Sorry, that is the most Vlad thing I've ever heard.
I'm gonna yell out in Draconic.
How's it looking out there?
What?
I'm gonna do the same
What
in
is happening?
Sylvan.
I'm asking my Drake how it's going.
He can't hear you through the very loud wind.
He's just sitting there watching this tornado engulf this house. Just like,
Oh yeah, you
okay.
haven't checked on him in a while, and he's been just scot-free for a while. He's definitely eaten an entire patch of grass like in that area you have told him to sit in.
Oh god.
Dang it.
What were you
You're
saying?
getting only
Mace?
half a treat later.
I was going to yell the same thing in Sylvan.
Uh,
How's it looking
don't-
out there?
you kind
Any
of don't
response?
get. No, you don't get a response, but you do hear like whistles. Like it sounds like you can tell what's the wind whistling, but there's almost this like feminine, like woman whistling, and it gets a little
Buns?
bit louder.
Buns takes off the tuning fork and points it at Iris.
I was gonna say, I'm
Iris
assuming I
is,
also hear
under
that
her
noise
bed.
as well.
Is she having a hard Is
Iris
Buns having a hard
is
time
panicking.
holding on to the tuning fork with its vibrations?
It's weirdly not vibrating as intensely when you point it at Iris, but it is vibrating very intently. And there's a weird draw to Iris, but it's not the draw that the tuning fork is providing. There's almost like the louder this gets and the sun coming into the room, there's almost this like feeling of like something is there's more magic in the air. The windows start to almost on their own slide up, allowing more of that wind into the house now. as the
Heard.
you can kind of start to also hear the crowd outside yelling to try and yell through the wind, just yelling for Iris.
They're in the walls.
I pull out my bow.
They're in the goddamn walls.
Bunny's
Her
gonna walk
Books are
closer
fluttering
to...
everywhere. Pots are breaking, falling off shelves. Beakers are smashing. Iris is in a complete panic.
I think at
Buns
this
is gonna
point, I'm
try-
gonna break the glass.
Give me a
I am going
give
to
me
help
just a
with that.
attack the glass.
And Mace is going to
Iris
help
is
with that.
hyperventilating right now.
I am going to cast Shillelagh first.
Okay. Gotcha.
Shillelagh.
That's not what I wanted to do. On my scimitar, right? I think that's what I have. Actions, inventory, scimitar. Yeah.
Yep, so you'll just make an attack?
So...
Oh, sorry. You don't actually have
Do
to roll
I-
to hit. You just have to roll to attack. To hit
Do
the
I
class.
hear the mayor?
Do you hear what?
Do I hear the mayor?
Yeah, you hear a lot of townspeople yelling. Weirdly you don't hear the mayor.
I'm gonna start calling for the mayor.
And that's a +5.
That's a +5.
16 plus 5, so 21. Because with the Shillelagh,
Uh-huh. So as you or was that no, so
it's
you
a
don't need to roll
+5
to hit. You
total.
just need I just need damage.
Oh! I knew that.
So yeah, and then like I said, Mace is helping with this.
3 damage.
4.
4
Oh,
damage.
4.
Is that plus the Shillelagh damage?
Yeah, because what you add something
Oh.
for Shillelagh.
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 What do I add? Spells.
As I know it makes the weapon magical, I think it also adds an additional damage die.
Oh, first of all, it has to be either a club or a quarterstaff.
Yeah, there is that.
Please stop! What are you doing?
So I can't do that. But so
That's
it is still
so-
just 4 damage.
You and Mace simultaneously hitting the glass absolutely shatters it everywhere. As the wind though, you know,
Oh,
after a
windows
thought,
are
there's wind blowing around everywhere in this room. The glass starts to get picked up by the wind, and there's that moment of realization where you're like, oh, I just broke glass in a room that's essentially experiencing a mini hurricane on the inside. The glass lifts up in front of you and just gently flows out the window and is gone as leaves start to come in from the opposite window in a pattern, almost snaking their way through the wind in the direction of the bed that Iris is hiding under.
I'm literally gonna go to the
I
bed
want to do a
and
thing.
basically be like, I'm gonna go to her under the bed and be,
Go away!
I think you're going to be alright.
What were you wanting to do, by the way, Ham?
I want to look out towards the oncoming group of people, and I want to use a thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times louder than normal and scream at these people in my best Gordon Ramsay, using as many explicitives in both common and draconic, telling them to shut up.
They all hear you and they look in the direction of your window that you're yelling out of. And you suddenly see as all of these people whose faces were like twisted in concern and worry and were yelling for Iris, they all look at you and the mayor kind of holds up one hand and they all stop yelling and the like concerned faces kind of just go to like plain faces and they all start to sigh and stuff. And then the mayor just looks up at you and he like says something in your direction, but you can't hear it over the wind. And you kind of see as
Can I roll to read his lips?
yeah, go for it. Give me a God, what would you have to roll to read lips?
Perception.
Usually a perception. Like
Yeah.
there's usually a
yeah.
It's the same as the.
Go
There's a
ahead.
feature
Yeah.
that allows you to read lips just as a default, and it just
Yeah.
also gives you more perception.
you
So I
can-
assume
you
they're
can-
related.
Yeah, you give me a perception.
Iris is
Um,
mumbling under the bed about how expensive everything was, and it's all ruined, and she's gonna have to start all over, and she's not gonna have any time.
You can with a 21, you definitely read his lips, and you can read. What you see is essentially he says in your direction, "You just had to go and ruin it, didn't you?"
Damn right.
Looking out the door, do I see anything?
Looking out the back door,
Uh-huh.
it's still that wind with some leaves. The leaves now start to circle the area right next to where Suo is by the bed. As the bed flips over so that Iris is no longer hidden under it, and the leaves kind of start to take a shape.
Does it take a feminine shape?
It
Is
sure
it hot?
does. It sure is.
Mace will yell out in Sylvan, "Why are you here?"
Suo's
The
gonna
shape-
respond, I think she's here to help. In common.
The shape takes form as the beautiful woman, which I will now share with everyone else. I will now share in our D&D general so that everybody can see what Vladinsky and Suo saw. This is the woman, but the leaves are varying shades of alive and dead all around her. As this
Which way is she
kind of-
facing?
she's facing towards Iris.
I could see the
And-
cake.
She looks down at Iris, and her face is a mixture of disappointment and it's just she looks very disappointed in you, but also concerned about the state you're in.
Oh no, disappointment for one weakness.
Who are you?
She kind of points to you, Suo, and you can feel that same similar feeling that you got from the tree, but instead it's like she's talking to you in the same way that the tree would speak to you. And as she points at you, you suddenly know what she's trying to say. And what she's trying to say is, it's time for her to stop hiding. They've hid her for too long. We can't keep doing this cat and mouse game. We have a job to do.
And I'm gonna say that to her, but I almost imagine that I say that like as if it's like an out-of-body experience.
Like she's speaking through you.
Kind of, yeah.
I have a job to do. That kind of resonates with her.
Yeah,
Couldn't possibly.
something in the pit of your stomach, Iris. Something is like there's something that you need to know, and you have just forgotten, and you
Something
cannot remember.
really important.
Yeah, whatever this is it's life or death information for you, and you need it right now.
Suo is going to look at this woman, and she's going to be like, does she need to go back to the tree?
She looks back at you before looking back at Iris, and she looks at you and she says, "That's not just a tree. That's the tree. And she needs to care for it before it dies. And we all die with it."
Suo's also going to relay that.
I'm trying to take care of it. I don't understand what's wrong.
Stop curing it with your mind and cure it with your heart.
Hearing this, Mace will kind of take a step back.
I think you need to touch the tree.
I don't.
And she's gonna
I'm
like
not-
kind of look at Dryad Lady and be like, yeah,
Druidly.
like yeah, like am I right? Can you like give me, you know,
The
give me a hint?
the dryad actually looks at you, and you suddenly feel an overwhelming urge of it needs more. It needs the caretaker, the person who's in charge of making sure that all of these things stay alive.
She's gonna say that. Suo will. It needs the caretaker. It needs the one in charge of making sure everything stays alive.
Does anybody have proficiency in Arcana or history? Or
Yes.
sorry, Arcana, history, or religion?
Arcana and history.
Religion.
Okay, so
I have none of those things.
so
Same.
you two, you can any of those that you are proficient in, you can make a roll in those to try and see if you can figure out.
I also have Arcana and
context.
history.
Iris, go for it. Make a roll on yourself.
Self-discover.
Vladinsky can do 15 backflips, but he can't remember.
Oh wow, dirty 20.
Smart is her thing.
Ooh.
She's the only one.
Hey, Iris.
Yeah.
With a dirty 20, something clicks, and the name is on the tip of your tongue, and you're trying so desperately to get the words to come out of your mouth. But it's there. It's right there. You
God,
just can't.
She is thinking so hard, like messing up hair, head and hands. Like it's right there. I know what it is.
Suo and everyone else who is witnessing this scenario, as you hear her say, I know it, it's right there, and you can tell like she's close to like getting that answer. The vines are reaching out towards her, and underneath where she is like crouched on the floor, where she was hiding under the bed, a healthy patch of grass just starts to grow around her.
All right, if you guys don't hurry up, I'm gonna have to go out there and start shooting town folk because they're kind of a hive mind mob right now.
DM, real
Oh,
quick.
please don't
Yes.
shoot people.
Yes.
Does this feel like the same moment that D had touched his book?
It feels very similar.
Fucking knew it.
I know, right?
Buns is gonna go over to Iris.
I'm fully gonna
Let's go to the
grab
tree.
her wrist and like I feel like Suo and Buns again, fucking same mind. Like I grab one wrist, Buns grabs the other, and we're like, all right, we're fucking going. Let's go.
Let's go to the tree.
Her wrists are quite frail, and she winces in pain.
Buns isn't gripping tight. She's just, come on, we need to go to the tree.
It's the firm.
You can ride Nugget. He will take you where you need to go.
Mace
Nugget.
can carry you.
Would it be? I was about to say, would it be easier if I just hopped on my back?
Or
Well,
like trail carry.
So here's a question. So Suo and Buns, you start dragging her off, right?
Mhm.
As everybody's kind of distracted in this moment where they're like trying to figure out where to how to best to drag Iris to the tree as their solution to this problem. Mace, you notice that the dryad is looking at you intensely.
She mad.
She really has an
No.
intense look too.
It's not anger.
Is it still disappointment?
No. It's a very Mace,
Dirty?
when you make eye contact with her, you get the idea that she knows you.
Does my chest stir?
Not
Does
yet.
his
No.
glyph glow.
No, but there's something about her where she knows something about you.
After making the recommendation to carry and then locking eyes with the Dryad, Mace tilts his head
Like a cat.
and just walks towards her. And then speaking in Sylvan once again. Who am I?
Hey, Suo.
Mm-hmm.
You have an option here, if you would like to make a wisdom saving throw, or if you would just like to accept what might happen to you.
If you could change your fate.
Would you?
Can I tell where it's coming from?
It's happening very fast. That's why it's either a saving throw or you let it happen.
Something's trying to grab hold. Do you let it?
Yeah, something is trying to take control of you for in this moment.
I'm gonna do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, go for it.
Os.
Modifier, saving throw.
And Mace's tail is going a mile a minute. For a lizard tail.
Gosh, that thing could cut trees down.
Hey, watch it. You might dent the armor.
I don't think anything could dent your armor.
Could you please let me
Let's
do a
not
wisdom
cut
saving
trees
throw?
down.
Ah ha 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 ha. Normal.
Ha 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 ha.
Ooh,
ha.
Oh,
no.
jeez.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, you good job, Sue. You did it. So, in a moment, you immediately release grasp, and you feel like you have no control over yourself as you turn, and your eyes like look immediately to Mace, and your eyes now match the exact hue and color of the Dryad. And when you speak, it's not your voice exiting your body. It is a different voice that echoes throughout the whole house, as this voice directed at Mace just simply says, "Whoever gave that to you will soon want it back. And if you know what's good for you, you'll keep it." And then Suo, you're back to your body as the Dryad wisps, like weaves out the window in the direction of the townfolk out front.
Oh, nice. The wind's dying down. I'll have a much better time aiming.
So
you
it's just gonna
shooting
kind of do like a
townspeople?
wobble, and then go back to just be like, does she have a recollection of that happening? Of like what she said? Like,
No, you don't even know why you let
so
Iris
I
go.
blacked
Like,
out
you
for like a
coulda-
solid 10 seconds. Got it.
Yeah, because you're also facing a completely different direction, and you're not holding Iris anymore. You don't know how you got in this angle at all.
She's just gonna like look around, look back at Iris,
Uh,
and just grab her wrist and be like, "Okay, let's
Oh,
go."
Okay.
And Mace's eyes and head and everything just has not moved following the Dryad's departure.
Also, Iris has the lung capacity of someone with severe asthma.
Actually, Iris, you're feeling rather healthy.
Oh, nice.
It was almost like I was right. Ha ha.
As you're
not that guy.
dragging her, the front door opens because you have to drag her through the door.
Well, we could go
I've
through either door.
Actually,
There's no
was
glass
fully
wall.
picturing going through the back door.
Okay, yeah, then you can drag her through the back door.
That's also where Nugget is.
Right.
And if
and
no
then-
one else is gonna ride Nugget, I'll ride Nugget.
As you're dragging her through that back door, you do hear footsteps approaching around the corner.
And it's the footsteps around the corner that break Mace out of it. And can he like pinpoint where they are on the outside of the house from inside, kind of like
Both
triangulate the
sides.
sound kind of thing?
You hear multiple footsteps from both sides.
Look, if it's the townspeople, I can explain. Just let me talk to them.
I've had enough of talking, and I'm hungry.
You're not gonna eat
I
them,
mount
are
on
you?
top.
I don't think
I
you
hop on
will.
top of. I give a small stare,
Please don't eat them.
and then I sit on top of Nugget, and I round the corner.
Hold on.
You're greeted by some townspeople. Hamhock is, and on the other side of the house, some townspeople kind of round the corner, and they're all just looking, and they're like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? She's ill."
No, we're making her better.
No, she can't go outside.
Yes, she
So Mace will
I'm gonna start shooting kneecaps.
walk out.
Oh
Damn.
God.
No.
His
Hold action.
his fingers will extend and sharpen just a touch as his glyph starts to rotate. He's gonna rage.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
He
That juicy lizard thing. Got it.
bends down. Put her on the back.
Okay.
I know who those people are, right? That came around the corner.
Yeah, they're the townspeople.
Yeah.
Hold
No,
on to
it's
Mace.
all right.
Hold on to Mace.
Can I get an insight check
Um,
of the townspeople?
Yeah, absolutely. Insight check those townspeople.
Yeah.
Do I see the mayor?
Yes.
How
No.
tall is this building?
21.
This building is 1 story tall, but it's pretty tall because it's got like a
High five
like
buns.
a pitched. It's got like a pitched roof, so it's like the triangle style roof. So it's pretty tall for a 1 story, but it's only 1 story tall.
So
Can I attempt to jump up there?
this is
I'd say you can make an
pre-
attempt.
This is pre-Iris going on your back. We're insight checking.
Yeah. Let's see. How do I best describe this? With a 20 and a 22, them bitches shady as fuck.
Okay, my question
Iris,
is,
don't trust them.
are they shady as
okay.
in like they're in on it, or are they shady in like Stepford Wives kind of shady, like they're thralls?
They're giving you big those guys that came after Denier energy.
Why are you
That
guys stopping me from
same-
shooting kneecaps?
That same level of like fake friendly.
I think they were keeping you in the house on purpose. Don't trust them.
no, it's fine.
No,
They,
it's not.
They're just concerned.
We've awoken Denier.
Mace, you
Oh,
don't quite
good
make
for
it.
you.
You don't might actually, Iris. Hearing Denier after having those like little realizations before, there's something that stirs in you that is a mixture of annoyed, but also humor.
Oh, wait
So
a
she
sec.
says good for
Ethelwyn
him,
of
but
the-
like sarcastically, and she doesn't know why.
Yeah, so it comes out very much like you don't even have to vibe check for this, but like everybody here, especially like Buns and Suo and stuff, who are like in the middle of this conversation and kind of are, you're talkers a lot. You get the sense that that is like how you would say "good for you" to a friend that you've known for a very long time.
I would like
Ooh, you know him.
to do something.
What would
Mhm.
you like to do, Hamhock?
And then now
I
roll
don't
collective
see the mayor.
abilities.
And I've been told to not shoot people in the knees.
Mm-hmm.
And in a weird, I want to say moment of clarity or panic, something along those lines.
They often go hand in hand.
I tell Nugget he's gonna get a full meal if he double times it. And I point him in the direction of the tree, and I start dashing while riding on the back of Nugget. He's got a 40-foot movement speed.
Good
All right.
brain cells.
So
Uh,
I have a question as to how rage would benefit in this scenario, because advantage on strength checks, does that also include athletics? But I rolled for that.
Strength check.
Yeah, that's a strength check, so you can do that with advantage.
Also,
That will. Yes, Suo.
I was gonna suggest instead of piggyback, bridal style.
Bridal style.
Like through
You're-
the threshold, freshly married.
Mace, because of where you're at and everything, I will say that you make it up there, but it takes all of that movement to get up there, and you kind of have to catch your breath once you get up to the top of the her house. But you're up there with her. Hey, Vladinsky,
Yes.
as all your friends exit the house and you're watching them have this moment, there's a weird chill that goes up your spine as a feminine hand kind of slides across, like past your shoulder, as if somebody's hugging you from behind, and you hear a very quiet whisper from a woman as she says, "If they kill the tree, so many people are gonna die. That'd be a bad time. Fix it." And
That'd be
then
a bad time.
if you when you turn around to see who this is, there's nobody there.
After hearing that,
That was a very
After-
sultry voice on purpose, I assume.
Yes.
after hearing that, I paused for a moment, looking around almost as if I could still feel their presence even though they're gone. I quickly bolt out the door, follow behind else, and not allowing anybody to pass. If someone's in my way, I shove them out of the way just to go way
And
up
with
to the
that-
party members.
With that, I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Oh,
Are we good? Are we good though on time? Because I don't know if M works tomorrow or not. Normally she
I
does.
do work tomorrow.
Okay.
We could roll initiative and pick right back up with a nice tracker.
Or we could start
Ju-
next time with initiative.
I also want to check. Squiz, you'll be good for next Friday, also, right?
Let me check.
Because that is also
That
a
is
little
the
important.
13th.
Because I can adjust dependently.
No, we will be in Japan.
I was gonna say, don't you leave next
Okay.
week?
So I will adjust this encounter just so it doesn't take too long, if that's okay with you, M.
Sure.
Because we might not be able to do this encounter unless Squiz is here.
Okay.
So I'll make some minor adjustments for the sake of story, because plot stuff, it's pretty important. And as long as everybody else is okay with that, then I'll just go ahead. We'll go ahead and do that. So is everybody good with that?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Are we still gonna roll initiatives?
I'm gonna say yes to rolling initiative. We're still gonna roll initiative.
Do we have a initiative tracker up yet? Like, can I roll?
Yeah.
Let
sorry, hold
me.
on.
yeah,
I
it didn't
created
let
an
me.
encounter.
Because you've got to start the encounter thing.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real
Um,
quick.
That is
Goodbye,
perfectly
forever.
fine. So I should have started one. Yes. Okay. There we go. We do have. So now that everybody's rolling initiative, it will show up.
This is fitting considering the last sequence of events.
Roll NPCs. Oh, I didn't put any NPCs in. That is fine. Because we will just do this, and I will. Let me do this.
Why do you have the Pokemon Yellow Ghost icon under your character?
Who?
Oh no, that's a thinking face
I was like, who are you
Yeah,
talking
it's like
about?
under
mental.
Suho's name.
Yeah, mental's effect.
We're gonna just.
On
This
Suo.
isn't actually a.
Why do I have
Let's
that?
see.
Status effect. There
This-
we go. That's what I was looking
Why-
for.
What
So
am I
the name won't
concentrating
matter, but
on?
I'm just gonna use this as a to keep track of my initiative. So let's see, where's the initiative on this character? Because I'm gonna make them roll initiative just so that I can have something to show.
I don't know why it's saying that I'm concentrating on something, but it's saying I'm concentrating on something.
You're
I'm back.
concentrating on everything.
Welcome back.
Breathing is a laborious exercise.
Where?
Laborious, even.
I'm not sure how to roll initiative for this. I just need to have something to keep track of where they are on initiative. How do I add something to initiative?
Add placeholder combatant. I just did it for Iris.
I see. Okay.
I just added Iris for you.
Okay.
There we go. And then we'll roll for that. There we go. Okay, so we will use that, and then we will begin.
Iris's initiative, correct? Is that what you rolled?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So with that, Mace, you have you're top of initiative. Iris is still
Yes.
on your back.
So, I am going to, now that I'm up here, my goal is to book it towards the tree. I jumped up here to jump over the mob.
Okay.
So go over to the front of the house. Is there a clear landing spot?
Yes. So you will have to make a dexterity saving throw because you are falling a decent way.
Right.
Not too terribly fall. Hard of a fall, I mean. Sorry. We can also delete this this right here. If we
The Awooters. Is that what
no,
that
no,
is?
no. The sensible aberrant spirit or whatever. You might not see it.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
you succeed. You're not going to take any damage on that fall. As you and Iris fall down from the roof, and you land gracefully. I assume on all fours, right? You're still on all fours.
No, I am not. I'm bipedal.
You're just okay. Cool. So Iris, you are on this large metal man's back, as he has just carried you up your house, across the roof, and down the front.
And
Upon
then,
getting,
yeah, it's just gonna be full sprint from here towards the tree.
so you are about 60-ish. Well, no. You're about 80 feet away from the tree. And as you're looking, you can see all the way at the other end where the tree is, there's that familiar like wind going around.
For her,
the
it's
familiar.
almost.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for her, it's almost the first time she's really seen the tree, as aside from behind some shutters, glimpses of it.
While it's still Mace's turn, you'll see that down the town is empty. A lot of the people that were running around aren't there anymore, but instead there are some people by that tree where the wind is blowing and the leaves are kind of spinning around it. And you can see as they are like, there are people there firing arrows at this tree, and the arrows are very much lit on fire.
Why? What are they doing? Why are they hurting him? They can't do that.
You're married.
I'm sorry, I got to naming him Charles. I was very lonely.
That's true facts.
So
so Mace.
So yeah, Mace is gonna get as close as he can to that tree, and then
how much is your movement?
30.
So you'll
well, that
get
should be
30 close,
60,
and
yeah.
then
Well, if he's dashing, it's 60 total minus whatever the fall distance was.
Right.
I'd say you can get about. I'd say you could get about like 45-ish.
I'm so upset.
From the front of the door down after you fall, because you have to go across the roof the length of the roof and then fall. So I'd say you could get about 45 feet. So you are 35 feet away. No. Yeah,
So
35 feet away
does
from the tree.
Iris feel it when those arrows hit?
So the arrows aren't hitting the tree. The wind is actually preventing the arrows from hit the tree right now. And as you get closer, you can see it's the same like leaf pattern of that dryad that was in your house, almost as if she is protecting this tree. And Iris, you actually feel an intense, deep connection to this tree. The closer you get to it, it is your purpose.
All right. I guess I'll just have to agree with it. I need to get to that tree.
And he
And
looks
the
over his shoulder. You got that? You got this from here?
I mean, you're much faster than me, but yeah.
I can't go any further at the moment.
Oh,
Not much
I need to get
faster.
down.
Your turn will be after Mace's turn.
You might be able to get there.
You throw
From here.
Iris.
Yeet.
So Iris, you getting down off of Mace's back, you are about 35 feet away from the tree. There are a lot of people that you recognize surrounding the tree, but there's something off about them. They're not the same. Like it's almost as if they're completely different people, and maybe they were always these people and pretending to be townspeople, or there is just something has changed.
Everything I did was for them. I don't want to hurt them. She's just gonna start running headlong towards the tree.
All right, so you have 30 feet of movement, I assume, and then 30 feet of movement will get you to the wind wall, which you're 5 feet away from it. You still have your action. You could dash if you want to.
Yes.
Okay, so dashing and going the rest of the way, the wind actually kind of parts just enough for you to get under the wind to the tree.
All the people, I assume I just kind of sneak past them. They're preoccupied.
They're very focused on this tree, almost as if they were told that is their only job, and something is like maybe forcing them to do this, maybe?
It would be highly efficient if I could save everyone at the same time.
So you reach the tree. I assume you're going to reach out to touch the tree.
Tentatively. This is still very scary for her.
All right. As you tentatively reach out to touch this tree, as your fingers make contact with the tree, you feel a sudden pulse, and it's followed by Mace and Hamhot can see this very clearly. Suo and Buns and Vladinsky. Vladinsky can see it too because he also ran. So Suo and Buns are the only ones that can't see it directly. So from your perspective, Suo and Buns, there's the biggest, brightest, almost like the sun just appeared in the middle of town, kind of a golden glow that kind of goes over the house. There's something going on the other side of this house. Hamhawk, Vladinsky, and Mace, you're almost blinded by this like golden glow as she makes contact with the tree. But I guess you'll have to figure out what that is when we get to it, because that's the end of Iris's turn. As we go to Hamhawk. Hamhawk, you're currently looking at a blinding light.
I'm fixating on the people firing arrows. How many of them are there?
So they're a little bit hard to see, but before the light, you could tell that there was roughly 6 to 7.
Okay, perfect. So I will, as I've been running over, because I instructed my guy to dash.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hop off of his back after he reaches the first person.
So I will say though that this is a very blinding light that is surrounding this area. It's gonna kind of act as darkness. Aesthetically the opposite, but it is effectively the set. Like you cannot see your hand in front of you through the like it's a
Blinded.
you're very much Vladinsky staring into the sun.
That's okay. I will still go and try to get them.
Okay.
As we are making the final approach, I speak Nugget's command to go all out.
Okay.
Kill, consume, multiply. And we go to kill them all.
Okay. So Nugget will operate on the same turn as you.
Yeah, so Nugget is going to make an attack on one of them. That's just near the middle, if you will. And then I would
Okay.
just go towards whoever was the nearest ones towards me, and I'm going to start swinging. So
Okay.
anyway, I started swinging with my cleaver.
I started a swinging. So you will make an attack with disadvantage.
It's a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
For 11 damage.
It's hard to tell, but it feels like you definitely chopped one of them down.
Vicious.
So that was that. Was that you? I assume that was you. And then, Nugget used his dash, right? Whereas he is also attacking.
He was going to dash from the house. I don't know how much long it's been since then, because I did that before we rolled initiative. If that counts as his turn in initiative, that's fine.
I'll go ahead and say, just for the sake of it, yeah, we'll count it as his turn in initiative. Yeah, we'll do that. Is there anything else you want to do though?
I'm trying to see if he has any bonus actions. Nope. That's it. It's just following its nose to the nearest source of flesh and blood.
Gotcha. So then you'll have to end your turn. And that is Vlad's turn. Vlad, you are if you dashed getting there, you are roughly 40 feet away from the tree. I would say that the closest person to you would be a little bit closer than that. So maybe 35 feet would be where you would guess that one person was.
All right. Considering I showed up late and I was one of the last ones, I'd still be dashing from the cottage. That dash, I'm
Mhm.
shoulder charge the nearest villager that I would think is in the area.
Okay.
Would I be able to see them? Considering I stare at the sun often, so I would be blinded still, but not quite.
It'd still be disadvantage unless you have something to counter.
Okay, fair enough.
You're used to a pure white glow. This is an off yellow glow, and it's really throwing you off.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That makes sense.
I'm sorry, they can't all be dexterity checks in a tavern.
Rolling.
So yeah, you'll just roll your, I guess, the dash action that you had with disadvantage to hit.
Dash isn't really an
Well,
action that comes with a roll.
But he's doing a shoulder charge, right? Was that something?
Yeah,
that
he,
you're
he,
doing?
he was
yeah.
trying to charge. He was trying to charge through the crowd.
Yeah, I was charging the crowd kind of shoulder sort of.
Oh, there's no crowd. The townspeople that were huddled there, they're all gone. It's just the what was 6 people around the tree, and then there's some people in the back with Suo and Buns.
I guess it would be strike.
Is unarmed strike a bonus action?
Nope. That's just a normal attack action.
Okay, so then you'll probably have to wait until your next turn to be able to hit somebody.
All right, then, yeah, I'll just dash to the nearest village.
Yep. So you'll get you'll get about right up on where you remember the last remember one of the people being.
All right, it's all like.
Okay, and then that'll be the townspeople's turn. The 5 people that are left in the center, you guys can't really see what they're doing. But no arrows fly at Vlad or in the direction of Hamhawk or Nugget. Back over here with Buns and Suo, there are still 2 townsfolk there, and they're both looking just like blank stares at you. And you hear one of them just repeat, "What are you doing? She's sick. You can't take her out of there." And you hear a sigh from around the corner, and around the corner walks the mayor, and he lifts his hat and he just looks at you both and he's like, "You just had to ruin the entire thing. I had a good thing going here, and you guys just came into town and you walked all over the place and you ruined it."
I smell bitch boy.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like bridge in here.
I'm baffled. I don't understand why you would do such a thing. Honestly, I worked really hard to do this. Like, I don't think you guys understand how much time and energy and just magic it takes to make the kind of item you need to control an entire town of people. As he pulls a wooden flute that looks hand carved out of his pocket, and he looks at you both and he goes, but I still have it. And he starts playing a tune, and I need Buns and Suo to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Fuck.
The only people not in combat.
Hmm.
We can do this.
Yeah!
Damn, you can do it.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All
High
right.
five. High five.
24, 18. Let's go.
I like how the time I
Panic.
needed to fail, I crit failed. And the time that I needed to succeed, I succeeded.
Kill
Hope I did too.
Fuck.
You feel that music kind of penetrate through your ears and try and seep into your mind. And there's a split second where you can hear the mayor's voice whispering to you to burn the tree before you shake out of it. And he looks at you and he goes, "You are quite the problem for me, aren't you?"
Buns is just shaking her finger.
Fine. Kill him. As the 2 people that were standing there stop asking for you to not take Iris out of the house and just walk towards you and attempt to stab you.
buns are just regular townsfolk?
Kill or be killed.
So let's
no.
make a
Buns
roll.
has an idea.
Anti-magic zone cast around the guy.
I don't have that spell.
that
Let's see.
would be perfect though.
So I assume an 8 isn't gonna hit you.
Me?
Why couldn't that have been mine?
I assume an 8's not gonna hit. All right. The other one, Buns, does an 18 hit?
Does it hit through shield? Question mark. Aren't you a wizard?
I don't have shield either. And I didn't get a chance to get mage armor up. Not that that would have helped either. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They swing at you, and you take 6 points of slashing damage. Or no, sorry, 7 points of slashing damage.
They mix stabbed you.
No.
As they kind of cut you, you can kind of see like in their eyes as they see the like a little bit of blood come out of you as they cut you, like one tear rolls down their face, but they don't stop swinging.
Buns just nods.
And that will be Bun's turn.
Does the mayor still have the flute out by chance?
Yes, it is.
3
Do it.
magic missiles to the flute.
Oh,
So the-
shit.
So the
Oh,
flute.
shit.
Oh shit!
That's not an attack roll.
Oh, shit.
3. I'm making sure
Uh,
that shit gets destroyed.
Yeah, roll. I mean, roll that magic
4
missile
plus
damage.
3.
Roll damage.
Roll that magic missile
I
damage.
just love how Atlas is like,
Gasp.
Lagasp.
Peanut said something earlier. The gasp I gasped.
Gasp! I gasped.
10.
10 damage to that flute.
10 damage to that flute. It is cracked, and the man looks very angry, but it's not broken yet.
Ah!
If I had to put a number value on it, almost as if we were in a game where you would roll dice to generate like health for certain things, including like this magical item, I'd say that it had maybe, I don't know, like 1 hit point left.
Take out the flute. That's
Oh,
what he's using
she
to
was-
control these people.
Already on it.
It might free them.
So I'm assuming it's my turn now, right?
Yeah, in a hypothetical game where like you would roll dice.
Yeah, but
So I'm gonna cast Ice Knife.
Hold
On the
before
flute.
that,
it's
before
still
that,
Buns.
hold on. Before that, I am going to hop,
Into action.
rabbit hop 10 feet away from the person that attacked me. That does
That's-
not
Okay.
provoke an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sick
And then
attack
I'm
that,
going to
bro.
move 30 feet
Okay. Towards
Sh-
town
try-
or into the house or
towards town,
okay.
but making
Alright.
sure that I can still see the mayor.
The villagers, the bloodthirsty party. Correct.
Yes.
Anything else?
That will do it. Now you can
will
cast
do
your
it.
ice knife.
So, are you casting?
So I have a
so-
question. I'm casting Ice
Uh-huh.
Knife.
Right.
Now, if there's a check, like if because there's a dex saving throw involved, would the flute automatically fail?
I'm gonna say so because ice knife doesn't normally target an item. I would say that I would allow you to do damage to the flute with ice knife if you can beat essentially what I'm gonna
If the
have you
other-
do
if the
is
guy fails to protect it, basically.
yeah, the guy is going to try and defend the knife or defend the flute from your attack. So if you're wanting to attack that, first you need to hit the guy, and then I will say that we can make contesting dex saves to see if he successfully like blocks the knife. I think does that sound fair? I think.
I have a question. Have a follow-up question.
Uh-huh.
Could we instead do, or I guess a compromise question. Could we instead do, I attack him, and he does the dex save, but instead of it whether or not he's taking damage, it's whether or not he takes damage for both. So if he fails, the flute takes damage and he takes damage. But if he succeeds, he would take damage for both.
So what I'm gonna
But you're
say is
aiming
that like
for the flute, though.
This is where no, this is me aiming for him.
So if you're aiming for him, then he's still gonna get a dex save on the. He'll take the damage if you hit him with the initial ice knife, as if you were hitting a regular creature, and then the explosion afterwards. He'll still get the dex save to try and save the flute.
What I would say is that you'd have to first hit him. It explodes. It causes a dex save.
Right.
If he fails the dex save, then I would roll a subsequent dex save to see if the knife gets hit. So it's essentially like disadvantage to hit the knife because it takes him not protecting it and also you hitting him.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a lot because the ice knife thing is it's normally not like magic missile never misses. So
This is the opposite of magic missile.
yeah, this is a it's a little bit of a hard sell just because you're not directly hitting the knife. You're hitting a person
Hitting
and then
the flute.
Right. Okay.
yeah. So I would I'll say first let's
wanna
roll
hit
to
at
see
the
if it
knife.
hits. Yeah. So first let's see if you hit him.
Okay. Let me get the spell book.
Cuz
You don't have shatter, do you?
No.
Dang.
I have frostbite, which is a cantrip, but that's a con save.
Make a ranged spell attack 1d10 piercing, hit or miss. The shard then explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6. So yeah, I'll say if you hit him, he's obviously going to take that initial stuff. He'll make a dex save, and I will say that you will success. Just to simplify it, here's the simplified versions of events. You roll to hit him. It hits him. He has to make a dex save. If he rolls anything under 10 on the dex save, then you've destroyed the flute. If he rolls anything below your saving throw, so if he rolls like an 11, the flute's not broken, but he'll still take your ice knife damage the second time. But if he rolls his dex save under 10, then I'll say you hit the knife or you hit the flute and him.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right. What's that attack roll?
Well, the dex save is regardless of the attack, though.
Yeah. 15. So 15 to hit. Let's see if he takes the initial damage.
Yeah, but we also want him dead. This
So
guy sucks bollocks.
He is in fact taking that initial damage
Of 10.
So he's taking 10. He still looks pretty all right. And then he has to make a dex saving throw.
What's your DC?
Yeah, I need to know your spell save DC also.
13.
Let's see. So
just
saving
1d6.
throws are
So once you click on
it's
the
his
stat-
so no, because he doesn't have a stat block, so it's his base dex is 14. What would his saving be?
Does he have proficiency in saving throws? Dex saving throws?
No, so it's just a 2, right?
It's just
Yeah, it would just be
1d20
2.
plus 2.
Yeah.
You throw the knife.
I
It
rolled,
hits him. Okay.
I just
So
rolled
you throw the
max
knife.
damage for both the ice knife and the slash damage.
The man is sitting there frustrated as the knife hits him and he takes the 10 points of damage. He goes to say something at you as it explodes, knocking him back. As he falls to the ground, a shard of ice smashes into the flute and it shatters.
Woo!
The two villagers directly next to you fall to the ground, dropping their weapons, and gasp for air as if they've been set free from something.
Bun screams, "Don't hurt the villagers."
I will say anybody. So Hamhawk won't be able to hear that. Blidinsky won't be able to. Mace, you might be able to hear that. So if you want to just I will allow you to make a just perception just to see if you can make out that Buns yelled that. Because
you
you're
get to go next.
you are
Yeah.
also you're also the closest to Buns, but you're still a good 50-ish feet away. So we're gonna see if you can hear this over all of the commotion. You could hear mumbling from Buns, but you didn't quite make out what Buns said.
Oof.
So it is still technically your turn.
I am going to run towards the tree, which is
Okay.
30 feet.
Uh-huh.
And then I will also yell, "Don't hurt the villagers."
Yeah, Mace, go for it again. Okay.
And you save the villagers from Ham.
Oh.
Mace, you can faintly make out that they are yelling at you guys to not hurt the villagers.
Okay, and then
And I also
and I echo that to kind of.
Well, it's your turn next. Yelling's a
yeah.
free action.
And so as soon as my turn
I'll-
starts here, I'll echo that to make sure that Ham and Blidinsky can hear it.
So you definitely will shout that out. They're within ear range, but they are also in that glowing bubble currently. So it's hard for you to tell if they have you can assume that they're close enough to hear you, and they should be close enough to hear you, but you can't tell what they're doing through the glow.
So I am going to book it towards just beeline for the tree, for the wind wall,
Mm-hmm.
and stand outside of it. And as I pass by Ham and Blidinsky, passing them on my way, I would assume.
They kind of went off to the side, so if you went straight ahead towards the tree, you wouldn't pass them, because they kind of made almost a V shape away from each other to go attack villagers.
I may or may not have cut someone's leg off.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a hypothetical scenario where nobody else is aware that Hamhawk has in fact murdered somebody already.
Okay. Hold up. Okay then.
Although there's no way
Looking
for anybody to know.
right, looking
How are they
at
gonna know?
Iris, she's behind the wind wall. I can see that, right?
You can't see anything because Iris is a part of the glowing mass.
Okay.
It is very much
Ah.
centered on her and the tree.
Okay.
And you can't get through the wind wall. How close are you to the wind wall?
Well, we determined I was 35 feet from it.
Well, you said you sorry, I thought you said you
Right.
ran up to the
Yeah, I was
Probably just run the 30 feet as close as you could get.
no, thinking I bank a little to try and get more within earshot of the other two before heading off. So I'll wind up probably like 20 or so feet from the tree.
Here's what we can do. If you let's say, because well, you would know which way Hamhawk went, and you would kind of know which way Vladinsky went. Who are
He'd
you
know where I
going
ran
for?
because that happened
Yeah.
before. I was in front of him before the light happened.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna make it a random roll because you know which direction they went in. Which one are you kind of swaying towards in order to get closer?
Hamhawk.
Okay. Fair choice. Fair choice, even if he hadn't cut somebody's leg off.
Because he's bound to.
And then
lowly cook,
and then
I'm just looking for meat.
reiterate my words because I didn't hear any responses.
I mean, Hamhawk, are you yelling anything back, or are you still?
Gonna ignore him.
I believe you hear silence, sir.
I yell out heal.
Oh, okay. So you hear that. You hear him yell heal.
Okay, and then I continue towards the tree once I hear that, winding up about 20 feet or so.
Okay, so for reference, so you went off a little bit. How close would you say you got to the tree? Are you using your action to get all the way up to the tree, like as a dash action, or?
No, I'm like I said, just winding up about 20 feet, holding action, to swing at if anything comes this direction or comes within reach. That's that's got ill intent or like.
Okay. Yeah, anything that yeah. So just anything that's kind of about gonna attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would say what? You're like maybe 10 feet away from the tree?
About 20-ish.
20-ish? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Iris, you're surrounded by a warm glow as you embrace the tree. And as the glow starts to dissipate and everything becomes normal and all of you can see again, Iris, you know who you are.
Shit.
That is the appropriate response.
Oh my god. What? No. Fuck. I'm so behind. Oh my god. There's so much I need to get done.
Also, because they brought up Denier earlier, in the back of your mind, you feel that little twinge that Denier is going to definitely bring this up if you ever run into each other again and
Oh
point out
my
how far behind you are.
god, Denir's never gonna let this go. He's gonna bring this up every time we have brunch. He's gonna bring it up for years. Fuck.
The wind also starts to slow down. As you can also see that combat is officially ended because all of the villagers have just fallen to their knees and taken a similar gasp, and they've dropped these bows and arrows onto the ground around them, and they're just looking around incredibly confused.
How many knees does the person in front of me still have?
I'm gonna say with the amount of fuckery, they have at least one leg still.
I was gonna say,
God.
Are
both
they
knees.
breathing?
Both knees, but not both ankles.
Oh God, no! They're you should murdered them.
Dang. And they're
Buns
not
has
gonna
her
let me keep the
hand.
meat.
Buns has her hand out, ready to cast magic missiles, and looks at the mayor. Do not move.
He holds his hands up and he's just like, "I guess you got me." Like
Head towards my friends.
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna kill him.
perception.
I'm gonna turn around and check on Buns.
Oh.
I was not prepared for the sound.
Suo, as you turn around and you see Buns holding the mayor at like missile point, I guess. He's holding it, he lifts his arms up and he's like, guess you got me. And there's a split second that Buns doesn't notice, but you notice, and it's just too late as he plucks a feather out of his hat and disappears.
Yup.
Can
Suo's gonna
I-
go, Buns, no! He's gone.
Can I roll Arcana on that?
You can.
What is it? 7.
You're not sure what he
Same.
did.
Same.
I
You-
roll
Can I?
Arcana on that?
I'm
You can.
Proficient.
Anybody who has proficiency in Arcana can
I
roll.
do not have proficiency in Arcana.
fuck.
You are not 100% sure what he
Oh.
did either. But he
I didn't
is
even
not
see
there.
him plucking anything out
Dang.
of his hat.
The dice are like, let's roll every number that's next to 20.
Iris, you can roll that with advantage. Because you are currently just utterly enlightened by who you are. You are flooded with knowledge.
Oh my
Fourteen.
Also
god.
aware of how behind you are.
That man used an item that it's essentially a form of teleportation. That feather was linked to a certain place, and upon activating that, it takes him to that place. The exchange is that he can't come back.
He's gone now.
Just get out of jail free card.
It's a one-way ticket. She's kind of got
Coming
her
for his
forehead up
ankles
against
next.
the tree. And she's just kind of having a moment. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm so late.
Buns walks over to the person that stabbed her.
They are sobbing because they remember cutting you, and they
It's okay.
remember having no control over it.
It's okay. I know it wasn't you.
Suo's
It was
gonna walk
absolute-
up to the tree and put
You're
her
free.
palm up and look up at the tree.
Come, let's go to the tree.
The person kind of reaches out and like hugs you, Buns, and just keeps whispering how sorry they are
I know.
as they
It's
hold you
okay.
very tightly. This person has very clearly never in their life harmed anyone.
To show them
Um,
it's alright.
There's something special
you
at the
walk
tree, though.
over-
Come on, let's go.
Hand on buttons. We'll use
You're gonna have to repeat that. You're cutting in and out.
So, as that's all happening, Vladinsky will walk up and place a hand on Buns real quick. And just use heal touch to heal her wounds to show the villager that everything is great. There we go, little one. It looked like nothing happened. Don't need to worry.
They look and make sure that your wound is healed before immediately sobbing and continuing to just repeat how sorry they are.
Just
I'm
kind of
going
takes their
to,
hand and takes them to the tree.
I'm going to turn to the dead body and clean my cleaver off on its shirt and be like, may your flesh feed many a starving mouth.
Suo, as you reach out and you touch the tree, you feel warmth and like it has begun to heal. Not that it has healed. And you get the idea that whatever the healing process is, it's going to be slow, but it has started.
Does Iris like recognize Suo at all? Like, did she have anything to do with like calling to her?
No, so the tree itself called to Suo just because there was this forced disconnect between you and the tree, and it reached out to Suo for some reason, and essentially called out to Suo to save you. But also, you know who you are now.
I'm assuming Sue is pretty close to me.
You're both at the tree.
And I kind of like look at her. Still exhausted, but much better than she's been in a very long time. Thank you so much.
She's gonna like when she gets the feeling from the tree that like the healing process has started, she's just gonna kind of like lean her forehead against the tree, and then when Iris says something, she's gonna turn and just, of course, I couldn't do anything but help.
I haven't. It's been so long. I haven't been outside in forever. You saved me. You and your friends. I can't thank you enough.
At this point, Mace has stowed his weapon and walked up.
Mace, as you approach the tree, a wind blows past your ear with a familiar leaf, and it just has this familiar feminine voice that just whispers to you on the breeze. Soon, he'll be here soon.
Taken aback a moment from that interaction, he looks to Iris. I must come clean. I broke
Yeah.
that bark off the tree.
Wow. How could you know? I understand that your heart was in the right place. So I will forgive you. Please don't do it again.
I
I'm
can't.
gonna also I'm gonna send Squiz a message on Telegram so that I can give you a plot point that I kept from you.
Oh my
What?
god!
What?
Bum, bum.
Whispers,
Anyway.
whispers, whispers.
We can also overlook any other transgressions that were happened in the heat of the moment because we were fighting for the greater good.
I feel like you're hiding something.
I've never hidden anything in my life.
Moves to step in front of the dead body.
I mean, the voices speaking to you are what are hiding things. I mean,
So, Suo's gonna look over at Iris and be like, "Is Iris actually your name?"
Oh, introductions. Hello. I am Alice, you might have to help me with this. Demeter?
Demeter?
Demeter.
Yes, Demeter.
thought it was going to be Titiana.
Titty? Oh god, what did I used to say?
I like
No, I
how
won't
you
do this,
went from
Atlas.
one Greek god name to a different Greek god name.
Huh?
I'm
What'd you say,
pretty sure-
Suo?
I said I love how you went from one Greek god name to another Greek god name.
Very similar, but it is Demeter.
Hello. I'm Demeter. Plants in life. Sorry, I have so much. I'm so behind. I've let this go. This tree, I've recently found out, recently remembered, is actually it's Atlas, help me out.
She would inform you, specifically very intensely at you, Mace, who ripped a piece of the bark off of this tree, that the tree you ripped a piece of bark off of was a gift from the Norse lands, and this is in fact a seed from from the World Tree, and it was brought here in order to bring plant life and general life and well-being to the entirety of this continent.
It's the tree of life.
Yes, so we're not going to be scraping off any more bits of it.
Well, sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures, and it helped.
It did. It did.
Hopefully, we don't hit a point where we need to do that again anyway.
Also, I think
precisely.
I think you're the goddess of life, yeah?
Yes.
I think you made
Demeter is the goddess of the harvest. So she is the
Life would
all
probably be
plants.
considered a minor domain, but it'd be primarily nature.
So she's not specifically here for life and stuff. She is more agriculture, harvest, crops, grains, and all of that. She also sometimes dabbles in fertility, but that's hearsay.
Oh, you'd have to get me a lot more drunk than I am now to get me to talk about the fertility.
Oh,
We kobolds
okay.
know a lot about fertility. We have a lot of kids, a lot of mouths to feed.
Although,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just don't know where to start.
I imagine a lot of you guys are going to be like this.
A lot of who, guys?
Well, you're technically the second one that we've happened upon and woken up.
Does she know that there are gods that are sleeping?
She doesn't know that the gods have been put to rest because she was one of the first to be kind of locked away. You also are confused because like your initial thought is like, well, I know who to ask. You would ask Demir because Demir is the god who knows everything.
Well, yeah. I should probably get with him.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
he's
woke
gonna
him up
be-
first.
About
You woke
that,
him up
yes.
first. So they're
We-
all asleep.
Yeah.
Oh
so
wait,
That's
but didn't he? Where is he again?
That seems to be the situation. We were heading to the city at the center of the continent here, Demore here, to answer a ransom note.
Okay. This is all very important, very terrible, lots of work. I don't know how much I can help you, but I also want to know, where did you find Anir?
Over
In a
in Rock.
bookstore.
Oh, that's so like him. I bet he was having a grand time.
Yeah, you remember how you were with the bark?
Yeah,
Apparently, he felt very similarly about books.
well, that makes a lot of sense.
Quite frankly, you can't really eat either one, although apparently that tea, I'm gonna have to try it sometime.
I do have half of the bark left over.
May I please? Please.
Maybe.
Suo, you were also going to say something? I believe. I thought you were going to say something.
I was, but I've forgotten now.
Oh, okay.
Please.
Do you know Claire?
Do I know Claire?
Sounds familiar. Probably one of the could have been one of the ladies that worked in the Tower of Denier.
I wasn't very close with them.
Oh,
You
I
and
was hoping.
you and Denier often had you often did meeting. You did the equivalent of meeting in the middle. So you never really went to the tower, and he never really went all the way to like your forest. You kind of met in a little like open field in the middle, and you had like your discussions there.
There's no way Denier would ever let me into his tower.
Oh. Well, we're
You would
trying to find
actually
it for him and him.
you would actually remember that Denier wouldn't let you in his tower because you refused to wear shoes. and you would
Am
track
I wearing
mud in.
shoes now?
Yeah, you're wearing shoes right
Oh,
now.
get these god awful things off me. She rips the shoes off and yeets them as far as her skinny arms can go.
Are they nice shoes?
You can have them. I don't know if you want to eat them or not.
I have a
I put them
question.
on.
I have a
They're
question.
common shoes. For who? For
Are
me?
they normal
or
people
for-
size shoes?
They are adult women's shoes.
She says,
Son of a
But
she says that, but they're a little smaller than average.
God damn it.
she's been very sick. She lost some weight in her feet. You can't
Um,
escape.
Fucking rude.
Also, Demeter, Demeter, you would also be aware that as much as you would attempt to go help somebody, having just been awakened in the state of the tree, this tree that essentially helps provide the life to all nature in
Oh
this
yeah, that's gonna
continent.
take her undivided attention for a hot minute.
You are out of commission for helping people until the tree is at least somewhat better.
So
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Sua was basically gonna turn to Demeter and be like, so this is the lowdown that we know so far of what's going on. Of like, the gods were all put to sleep. We figured this out because of Denier, and
She
there's
pulls
also
out a little
cult
notebook from her
around
pocket and
that's
is writing
like
all this down.
trying to like actually kill all the gods, and how she's pretty sure the mayor is one of those cultists, so I don't know where he fucked off to, but keep an eye out for him. And like just basically just giving her the lowdown.
I gave so much time and energy to that man. It disgusts me how much I worshipped him.
Well, the villagers, are they still kind of scattered around the tree?
Scattered is a word for it.
They're all still a little confused and lost.
They were under a spell by the mayor guy, but I broke the thing that was doing the spell. So
Oh, thank you.
They're gonna be all really, really confused. But they're not bad people, I don't think.
No, I never. They always seemed good people to me. I'll need to talk to them to see. It's just when you're lied to, it's hard to know where to start from.
Yeah, that
So-
makes sense.
I just wanted everybody to know that, it wasn't their fault.
Does Mace see the guards that had chased after him?
No, you don't see them. There are a lot of people that have just from your little bit of town. I mean, Mace, you particularly kind of ran through a large crowd of people. There's a decent chunk of the town that isn't here that used to be here.
As in, like, the population density is suddenly lessened?
Yeah. There's no signs, though, that anybody was, like, hurt, aside from the ham hock incident. There was no signs that anybody was, like, in a fight or a scuffle. It looks as though half the town just left after stuff went down. Also, Squiz, one last major plot point. I sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
Do I see, like, any guards?
No. It's all just the, like...
Oh my god.
Hmm?
Well,
An in
many
character
gods.
or out of character?
That's in character.
Okay.
Do you smell that?
I sniff really hard.
Sniff,
smells
sniff, sniff, sniff.
pretty normal. Give me a sniff check. Yes.
Sniff snuff. Sniff
Can I
snuff.
sniff
Give me
snuff?
Or the 22 sniff check.
22
Never mind.
check.
You sniff the air and it smells pretty normal, except, kind of in the direction of Vlad, there's like this kind of off-putting smell. It's not Vlad himself. It's the air behind him, weirdly, that's off-putting and has a weird odor.
Did you pop a fluffy?
What?
If you're asking
No.
what I think you're asking, no, I did not.
It's okay. We know that you're not entirely biological, but some things are just normal.
No, it's Hades. I don't know what they're doing here. They're somewhere.
Smell like
Looking
sulfur?
around, do I
Um,
see anyone kind of like apparating or anything?
no, there's nobody around. It's just that smell, and it doesn't really smell like sulfur as much as it smells like it smells a little bit like death.
I was
Is there
going to
anybody
say,
behind Flodinsky?
having gotten a good smell of just the general air, I want to turn to the life and death recipe in my book and give it a scratch and sniff.
If you smell, so once again, there's the pleasant smell of life, and the very familiar smell of death. It's very much the same as the smell the odor from behind Vladinsky.
Demeter, let me smell you. I have to compare you to the book.
It's not as weird as it sounds. Well, it is as weird as it sounds, but there's a reason for it.
A very logical
The book.
I just imagine him just like taking the book and like like above his head, the book, like shaking it.
Atlas, if you turn around.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Hamhock's little arms are raised directly above his head, holding the book open to the page that he was just sniffing. Demeter, Hamhock would like to sniff you.
Oh, I guess I owe you that much.
I guess, do you sniff her?
I give the back of her hand a little sniff sniff,
She smells just like the tea recipe.
but not like the life part of the life and death recipe.
Nope, just like the tea recipe.
Mm. So
Out of
you
character,
smell like
I have
tea,
opinions. I have opinions.
Oh.
Oh my god, out of character, I have opinions.
but you don't smell like this, so I must be seeking some other source of life.
Well, I'll give you that piece of bark.
Yes!
Suo wouldn't know to ask these questions.
Gremlin DM laugh.
Mace is going to walk behind Vladinsky.
What? Do I have something stuck on my back or something? What's going on?
Everyone is mentioning something coming from back behind you here.
There is a faint odor, but it's definitely slowly dissipating. But being that close to him, you can smell it a little bit.
Is there any, like, ash on the ground, like similar to the remnants of the clones?
Nope. Whatever was there and is gone.
Are there any markings on the back of his armor?
Nope.
Is he
I'm gonna
bleeding at
stand
all?
pretty far away from Vladinsky. The last run-in I had with Hades was uncomfortable.
You can imagine that the god of death, and a person who likes to bring plants and life, to nature, they don't get along very often.
Yeah. Can I give Lidinsky a once over? Is he bleeding anywhere?
No, there's not really anything different about Vladinsky himself.
Okay.
Can I do an investigation check on
Can you do a what? Sorry, you
an
cut out.
investigation check on my
An investigation check on yourself.
on the key that I have on myself.
You sure can.
Miss Demeter,
Yes, yes.
who is the goddess of who's the god of life?
Do I know this?
Nobody has ever met them personally.
So I know they exist, but they're not really someone that we meet often.
Okay.
Kind
I've
of
been
like
thinking,
a CEO that you just never quite actually meet.
Got it.
and I
Okay.
take this small piece of bark that I've got, about the size of, I imagine, a carrot stick.
Mm-hmm.
I break it in half, and I give one piece to Suo and one piece to Buns.
Oh.
I know a guy with a good recipe if you want some tea, but this just feels like the right thing to do.
Oh, it's awful kind of you.
Vlad, I sent you a DM in relations to your investigation check.
I wish I had more I could give you.
Yeah, no, apparently we shouldn't be pulling off the bark.
No. I'd appreciate if we didn't.
Buns takes that and puts it into her component pouch, where it will be
Yes.
safe.
Hey, Buns.
Yes.
How close is your tuning fork to your component pouch?
Probably pretty close.
Hey, there's something new on your tuning fork.
I will take out the tuning fork.
It's an orange, like an orangey red leaf. That is very odd compared to the rest of the tuning fork. That it's kind of like wooden and looks very healthy. There's one leaf that seems to be just slowly, like, almost as if it's transitioning to winter. And I don't know. It might die and fall off soon.
I'm okay.
Demeter, I'm sorry. I have more questions. She takes the necklace that she keeps the tuning fork on, and she holds it up to Demeter. Can you tell me anything about this?
I won't message you this. Demeter, that is some Fae Titania stuff. That is that is nature that you yourself don't mess with. All nature related to the Feywilds that's Titania stuff, and you only tried to meddle with that one time before she didn't particularly do anything directly to you, but it invited pranks and it got annoying really fast. And so you made the deal that if they stopped pranking you, you would allow her to take care of her own forest in the Fae instead of you taking care of the forest.
So that I'm not gonna mess with that. I accidentally tried to micromanage something that I probably should have just left alone, and I learned my lesson. We're not doing that again, I say very loudly in the direction of the Titania thing.
So your necklace kind of like flutters against your chest just a little bit, almost as if it was giggling.
Don't I know that
Total
it's Titania
squiz
in her
energy from that
necklace?
comment too.
You know that is the necklace of Titania, yes, and that she is trapped inside of it. Demir told you about that.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when
And
that
the
happens,
tuning fork has something to do with it.
when that happens, Sue is gonna be like, "She got it."
At the mention of Fae stuff, Mace realizes they may have forgotten something. Did anyone grab that bag of beans?
Yeah,
I believe
I've been right
Buns
here.
has the bag of beans, yes.
Okay, I was just making sure we didn't leave that
This
behind.
is a Fae thing too. Can we keep this?
Oh, yes, please. I honestly don't want anything to do with it.
Because she holds up the tuning fork. Sometimes it whispers to me, and it said for me to take them.
Oh, then take them, please. Please take them far away from here.
Yeah,
Uh,
pixies can be kind of annoying, huh?
Oh
Sue's
no, they're great and beautiful and wonderful in all the nice, pretty words that she wants to hear.
I'm assuming I get a little sense of giggling again.
You do, but also when you look at that bag of beans, your necklace has been reacting a little bit, probably because the presence of another person of similar stature is around. You get the undeniable urge. No words are specifically said to you, but Titania being trapped inside of that necklace, she is definitely strongly encouraging you to never consume one of those beans.
I was not planning on it.
I might have maybe been planning on it.
I was gonna watch and see what.
I was gonna watch and see.
Honestly, so would Buns.
As long as we did it outside of town, I'm fine.
That would be the time that we roll for the giant pyramid that you summon.
Also, Husky, did you get your message?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is there anything anybody would like to do before you depart on your adventure to, I assume you're gonna return to your original quest?
Yes. Buns
Yes.
is gonna hug Demeter.
Oh, thank you.
You feel very much. You feel Buns when you hug her. You feel comforted and warm, almost as if you're lying in the middle of a field on a very sunny day, and the sun is just like the perfect warmth, and there's a little breeze. It's that perfect in nature laying on the grass feeling, and you even get like the faintest little whiff of your favorite forest smell.
Almost, but not quite like home.
Yeah, I'm glad I could help.
Well, we should probably get going, or they're gonna kill that other guy or something.
Is there anybody else that wanted to do anything with in this area or that with Demeter before they left?
One last question. Do I see the boy that pulled me out?
Yeah, he's currently huddled against his mom crying. She was presumably one of the villagers shooting arrows at the tree.
I walk over and give him a little head pat. Hey,
Mess not with
Yeah?
the tree, take not the bark.
He looks
your
up at you.
mom was not herself. you have some good eyes.
This this little boy looks up at you, and you don't have a lot of experience with children, and I assume assumedly a lot of your experience with human children is not fantastic. You're a little bit of a tall, hulking man made of metal and has a lizard tail. And this boy looks at you with tears in his eyes. And something you've not quite heard from a child, he looks at you and he's like, "You're really cool."
And so is your mom.
Okay, cool. How do I grow a tail?
I kneel down.
I don't know. Walks away.
Spend some time in the Feywild.
That's not a good
Okay.
idea.
Oh.
He's very much
Is it
whispering.
wrong?
He's very much whispering this into this kid's ear.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And he's like, "Sick, I'm gonna do that." And
You're a
now he is
future Feywild
determined.
warlock patron boy.
He is now determined to visit the Feywild so that he too can have a cool tail.
Changed the course of this boy's life.
I will stand back up, give the mom a nod, and then walk off.
As
Job
you
well
walk aw-
done.
As you walk away, you hear the faintest little whisper of, "You really can't. You can't. We're not doing that. No."
No, honey, no.
Is there anything anybody else would like to do before Demeter has to go? Definitely not to Japan.
I'm gonna give Buns the flower from my hair. Thank you for that hug. It meant a lot. I actually haven't had any sort of human contact for a very long time.
Buns will
Well,
just
now you
kind
can
of
go
stick
hug
it
some trees.
in her hair, and she'll change her hair color to complement the rose.
Oh, that's very cool.
You're gonna have to change your picture now.
And she
Dang.
said no. Hey,
No.
hey, Buns. Hey, Buns. Can you do me a favor?
Huh.
Can you write down a magic hairpiece for me in your items, and we'll talk about that later.
Oh boy. Yes, I guess I can.
I believe that just leaves Sue and Vladinsky. Is there anything you guys wanted to do?
You said me?
Not that I can think of right now.
I absolutely have no idea, but I'm also like starting to shut down, so.
Gotcha. Okay. So you guys will then proceed. You'll say your goodbyes to or Demeter. Sorry, Demeter. And she will like wave to you, and as you leave the town, she'll just casually shout behind you. Try not to talk to try to avoid Hades. She's a bitch.
And then I'm gonna turn around and start managing the townsfolk, because my god, we have a lot of jobs to do. She has suddenly, without saying so, become the mayor.
And as you all exit the town, and you hit the road in the direction of Demore, as you all start walking in that direction, out of the corner of Mace's eyes, he sees the Dryad staring at him before disappearing into the woods. And that's the end of our session.
I would have been like eyeing the disembodied foot for the entire moment, trying to find my moment to steal it, but not
You don't
finding
get it.
one, and then leaving.
You definitely are not getting that foot.
God.
Thank God.
And-
I'm gonna-
I really did not want to find a toe in my soup later.
And
Right?
Mace will make eye contact with the Dryad if he can manage it before she poofs. And
Both
then
of
just
you with
stay-
only pseudo eyes.
And then just stay there locked for a moment.
So that is the end of episode 5, a rather long episode of Awooters Does D&D.
Good to
With
be
our
back.
With our
Good to
first
be back,
ever
indeed.
Awooters Does D&D special guest, Squizzle119.
Hi.
She got to be a rather important god in this realm. So, but also, like, who else would be a god of harvest and plants and nature?
Right. That's why I was like, definitely the perfect person to have.
Yes.
I know. I was like, oh, how do I work this tired, overworked plant nerd?
Oh no!
By making them a tired, overworked plant nerd god.
I gotta dig deep here.
Whatever shall I do?
I hope everybody had a good time. I hope there's still plenty of I hope that I've successfully done that DM thing where I've answered a bunch of questions but then like left a bunch of things on the table.
Yes.
My search continues.
So we got some pretty good knowledge here. Just a casual recap of some things that might have gotten lost in there that are pretty plot significant things. Hades is in fact a woman.
Notice that.
In the, and nobody has ever, including the Demeanor herself, has informed you that nobody has ever actually interacted or met with the god of life.
I'm
And
beginning
then
to wonder if the spirit inside me is just literally the god of life.
Alice.
yes,
If you
yes,
make
yes.
Persephone and Hades a lesbian couple, oh my god.
I guess you're just gonna have to wait and find out.
I'm dying. Oh my god. Because it'd be perfect goth girlfriend with happy, perky, pink flower girlfriend. No!
What do you mean? No. He's fine. You won't perish. And then live forever, perishing forever. Because immortality has never done anything awful to anybody.
But I hope everybody had a really good time. I hope Squiz had a really good time being our first guest.
Wow.
Wow.
And before we leave, we're gonna do the regular sign off. Foxy, where can people find you?
You can find me at my YouTube channel.
You have a YouTube
Whoa.
channel?
Yeah,
I have
wait,
two.
what?
Oh.
But I'm mostly on Twitch, which is where you can primarily find me. And that's not counting the fact that you can really mostly primarily find me on Discord.
Sick. Zana, where can people find you on the interwebs?
As soon as I get my computer back, twitch.tv, Ms_5th, and in the Awooters Stream Team Discord.
All right. Mr. Husky, where can people find you when you're not staring directly into the sun?
When I'm not staring directly into the sun, you can find me out in just about everyone's streams here in the stream. Best team on Twitch.
Best mod NA.
Mhm.
And excuse me, Red M Feather, where can people find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/emredfeather playing either Baldur's Gate or Spoopy Games for Whittle Guy Wednesday with our wonderful DM here.
That was
Hi. and Valentina, say something. Ally, Yagoki, where can people find you on the internet?
Oh my god.
Remember to
Right.
hydrate your maces, everybody.
It's very important to hydrate your maces. Also, if you ever want to turn this into a drinking game, feel free to take a shot every time you casually witness Yagoki take a sip of his bottle of water in character.
My god, that's a great idea.
I am over here on the Twitch over at Yugoki, the channel. Yogi Wolf, and playing Baldur's Gate. Currently, just got into Act 3. And literally just got the achievement at the end of last stream. Welcome to Act 3. And gonna be doing some small guy Saturdays with Misfits over there, doing the new Alliance raid in 14.
Very nice. And our first ever special guest, Squizzle119. Where can people find you on the internet?
On the internet, I am a figment of your imagination.
That's
She's
changed
not
every now and again.
wrong. She's not wrong.
Sometimes I stream. It's Squizzle119. That's it. I haven't done much else.
She also has a TikTok where she posts plant content.
Yes, plant content or random outdoor bullshittery.
Sounds about right.
I have tried to convince her to do a Squiz Does Tech show here on this channel.
Oh no!
That will
Yes.
just be 100% satire.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
1000%. Like there needs to be
no.
like a disclaimer on there that's like, "Hey, this is for sure satire. Please do not actually try to do any of this
The
nonsense."
tech wizard
I
is
will-
not actually wizard.
I will only approve this if you can convince Foxy to be your co-host, so that if you ever give seriously dangerous tech information, he can let people know to not do that.
That actually sounds great. Hey,
And I
our
am your
wonderful
DM.
Yeah, where can we find you, DM?
Hi! I started streaming again today, and you can find me at twitch.tv/AtlasRiven or constantly running around like a totally normal person who's not constantly panicking in the Discord server for the Awooters stream
Whoa.
team. Because I'm always calm, cool, and collected, and Zana never has to help me do things ever.
Nope, I'm not the
Although
production manager or anything.
Although, speaking of our lovely production manager, I would like to casually drop a hint on this episode. No spoilers, but there may or may not be another Awooters production in the works currently, so keep your eyes peeled because there might be more shows to come.
Whoa.
Ooh.
But thank you all for watching, and I don't know, have a good weekend. It's gonna be the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Don't pull bark off of a world tree. Don't stare into the sun. Become a panther if you want to, I guess. And I don't
And
know.
don't get caught eating people.
Don't get dryads. Don't get dryads on your bad side. Change your hair whenever you want because you're a free whoever you are. And don't eat people. Don't eat people. Don't eat people. Bye.
I like that.
Okay,
That
maybe
was
little
the ending
people.
comment.